Today I'm taking over the Browns for the next 10 seasons, because as a die-hard Titans fan, I owe a debt of gratitude to the Browns, because they've solely kept us from being labeled the worst NFL franchise. It's been so bad for so long in Cleveland, but thankfully I'm here to turn things around, as my goal is to win 3 Super Bowls over the next decade, but if I fail, I will be forced to buy a Deshaun Watson jersey and wear it in my next rebuild. I can't be having that, can't be getting canceled. And as hard as this rebuild's already going to be with the current state of this roster, I'm gonna make it even harder. As this first season, I'm allowing myself to burn everything down and conduct a complete fire sale of the current roster and also allow myself to draft the entire first draft class. But after season 1, I'm only allowed 1 draft selection per season alongside a cap of signing 5 free agents per offseason. And I've got to successfully build this team as much as physically possible over the next 5 years, because once we reach the 2030 season, we're going to simulate the next 5 years and hope to God that the team we build at that point can help us reach our Super Bowl goal. That's unless I win all 3 in the next 5 years, which would be much appreciated. Wish me luck, brothers, because this is going to be one long, lonely, wild ride. I mean, it's like, what do I even do with this team? We have literally nothing but just a bunch of old offensive linemen. Njoku, Harold Fannin are fantastic options at tight end at least, but again, Njoku's pretty old. Jerry Jeudy's literally the only wide receiver I see as a long-term option in this offense. Judkins should be fine. Hopefully he can get into like the 90s. And it's just like, what do we do at quarterback? Like, our options are terrible. Like Shedeur Sanders, he's a 66 overall normal development quarterback. I'd be surprised if he even got the 75 overall. So I don't think we're going to trust him as our starter. So more than likely, we're going to be looking to draft a quarterback, maybe sign one in free agency. We'll have to see what happens this season. Hopefully we can finish with the #1 pick. I mean, our team's bad enough. Now, looking at the defense is not nearly as bad. A bunch of good talent all across the board. Schweinsteiger's fantastic. He should be here for probably 10 years. JOK, same thing. Myles Garrett goes without saying. The only thing, though, is I don't think he'll last more than probably 5 more seasons in this rebuild because he's already about 30 years old. Mason Graham, fantastic. Probably do need another edge rusher though, because I don't think Joe Tryon is going to cut it for us. I mean, the defense could possibly use better safeties and maybe a better cornerback too, but Jesus, dude, not even close to worry about defense as much as I am about the offense. The thing is though, I think we all can agree there's just no chance we compete this season, so we need to try and figure out which players it is that actually want to trade away, try to acquire some draft picks, basically identify the players that aren't long-term options for me. I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's not like there's a lot of talent on this team anyway. Now, the one player on the roster that I really have no idea what to do with is David Njoku. He has 1 year left on his deal. I mean, he's 88 overall, which means he probably could get us a pretty good return, but he's about to be 30. He's going to go down in overall every season. So it's like, I wonder if it's the best bet to save him for whatever quarterback we have next year, or just go ahead and trade him away and get assets while his value is at its peak. But first things first, brother, let's get rid of Deshaun Watson. Okay, would you rather have Deshaun Watson or Tyrod Taylor? Thing is, though, this shows us that the Jets actually sort of want Watson. So if we go to the Jets, we might be able to sneak like a 5th round pick out of them, which would 100% be worth it for freaking Deshaun Watson. You know what, New York? Deshaun Watson looks great. He's in his prime still. He's fully healthy. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. It's actually a lot closer than what I thought, but it's just not going to happen. What if we traded up here? One of our 5s. How about that? About halfway. Not going to work. You know what? Let's see if we can pick up a 4. About a 4 and a 6. Wouldn't surprise me that an owner named Woody would want Deshaun Watson, and the trade is accepted. Get a 4, get a 6. I know the IRL Browns front office would salivate at this. That's a good start, but we're not even close to being finished with this fire sale. I don't even think, you consider Deshaun Watson as part of the fire sale. It makes our team better, honestly. Joel Bitonio, 1 year left on his contract. 86 overall, 33 years old. He's just not a long-term option. 86 rated, though, means we probably get something decent. Now, the question is, do I trade him by himself, or do I try to package him together? Like, see what I'm saying, man? We're getting offered Ed Oliver, Jonathan Cooper, McCollum. I mean, there's some pretty good players teams are willing to give me and some draft picks for a freaking 33-year-old guard. Even Kayvon Thibodeau is kind of crazy. Now it's like, do I just want nothing but draft picks, or do I also want a player that could potentially get better over the years? Like, I'm not gonna lie, DJ Turner is kind of enticing because we do need a #2 cornerback. They're also offering me a 7th round pick. Or do I go Ed Oliver and have him and Mason Graham in the middle of that D-line? Ed Oliver's 27, so he would go up in overall probably the next 3 seasons. He already signed a contract extension, which I don't know exactly how expensive it is. Oh, wow, dude, his cap pick goes up to 24 mil next year. I don't think I can do that. Too rich for my blood. Then you have TJ Turner, who has 2 years left on his contract. He's 24 years old, so he has another 6 seasons before he starts to go down in overall. Could be a long-term option at the cornerback position for us. Let's do it. Same time, let's see if we can squeeze a little bit more out of the Bengals. Can we make that a 4 instead of a 7 that you were willing to give me before? And would you look at that? We take it. Talk about going through a fire sale, and I think at this point our team might actually be a little bit better. Offense, terrible. Offense is horrible at this point. I still don't know what to do about Njoku, though, because we do want to kind of tank this season, make sure we get a top 5 pick so we can draft a quarterback in the future if, if applicable, if there's a good option out there in the draft. Now, a guy like Devin Bush, 1 year left on his deal, 80 overall, which isn't terrible, but he's 27, so he's kind of already hit his peak. See if we can get like a 3rd round pick for him, which Texans offer me Damian Pierce in a 4th, so maybe from them. You got the Bengals, who want literally all of our players, offer me Burton, who I'm not interested in, but they are looking to package together some pretty good draft picks. So maybe we can get a 3rd from the Bengals. I mean, I'll gladly take it. A 3 for Devin Bush. The trade was accepted, no hassle. And then there's a fellow like Tevin Jenkins, 1 year left on his deal, offensive guard, 80 overall, who offensive guards normally ask for a ton of money. So I don't want to overpay for him. I probably could draft his replacement next year if I get a good pick for him. There's always a lot of good guards late in the draft in Madden 26. So let's see what we can get offered in return. Maybe like a 3rd round pick and get for him too. Which, truth be told, all these offers honestly suck pretty bad. Lucas Van Ness maybe on the other side, maybe not. Seahawks offer me Zach Charbonnet, by the way. Kind of crazy. But again, we don't need him for anything. The Texans are desperate to get rid of Damian Pierce. Which there's honestly a ton of teams interested in them, so we kind of have our pick of the bunch. We'll probably get, maybe could even squeeze a 2nd round pick out of this. The Saints could potentially be perfect. Their number 1 team need is left guard, and they're not a good team, so it'll be a pretty high draft pick, whatever one we get from them in return. Unless I want to try to get a player. Any young players that could help us out long term? Probably not. So let's just see what they say about the 1st. I wouldn't mind packaging a 2nd with Jenkins to get an extra 1st round pick, and it's not even close. So let's try it though. If we go with our 2nd round selection, keep in mind we already have 2 1st round picks for this upcoming draft, which is fantastic. One of these picks is the Jags. We gotta hope they have a bad season. So let's see. How about we package a 3rd in this deal in the trade? More than halfway. Don't think we're gonna be able to get the 1st though, unless they want our 2nd round pick. Trades in the green, but I don't know. Is there any other players we could package in this deal to potentially get that 1st round pick without having to trade away a draft pick? What about Wyatt Teller? For some reason, he's a superstar in this game. Maybe they want a superstar. Submit this through. It's more than halfway now. Now, if we threw in Jerome Ford potentially, because they do need a running back, it's in the orange. Maybe I could get rid of Malik Collins here. It's in the orange as well. Let's see now. What about now if we threw in that 3rd round pick? I wouldn't mind throwing away a 3 instead of a 2. You know you want to do it, Saints. You know you want to. It's in the green. I want to try to keep as many picks as physically possible for this upcoming draft, since this is the only draft we get to make every pick. Every other draft, the rest of the rebuild, we only get to make the 1st round selection. So with that being the case, wouldn't mind shipping on a late 2028 3rd round pick, which sees the deal through. Imagine the very realistic possibility where the Saints end up having the number 1 pick in the draft, and we got it from them. Lock in, boys, because we're not even close to done yet. The fire sale hasn't even started. Jerome Ford, absolutely gone. Just 1 year left on his deal. We have 2 young running backs who want to get playing time. Got to make sure he doesn't steal any reps from them. Also, Cam Robinson, a star left tackle, 1 year left on his deal, 29. He's starting to go down every year, and he's only a 76 as it is. We honestly might not have a team left after this season, which, offers aren't too good. See if we can add in another player. Again, we don't need Shelby Harris for anything, so let's see if anybody wants to get some good depth from us, which is the same 2 teams. The Steelers apparently desperately want these guys, so let's see what we can get from them. Give me Troy here, and we should have a right tackle for the entire rebuild. Not close. We'll have to do the draft pick. I mean, will you give me a 2? Oh, wow. This game is crazy, but hey, I'm taking advantage of it. Like, look at how many freaking draft picks we have. The smart move, honestly, at the beginning of the season here might be trading away some of these later picks and like trading up, like maybe try to get a 4th, extra 3rd out of it. Because if you guys are familiar with franchise whatsoever, the teams do a pretty good job at milking all the talent early on in the draft. So you get very, very rare instances where you actually get a really good player like in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. We still at this point have a ton of players to trade away, boys. Like even Jack Conklin here, like what's the contract that he's on? He's only $5 million a season. I might actually keep him, if anything, be a good backup down the line. Normally you're having to fork out like $10 million a season, even for a 78 overall tackle. Joe Tryon on a 1-year deal. A guy, if somebody wants him, give me a 4th for him. I don't care. Jerome Baker, 76 overall on a 1-year deal. Maybe get something for him. I mean, we now have 3 cornerbacks that I expect to be our corners for the next 3-4 seasons. So Martin Emerson's kind of expendable now, and I feel like we get something decent for a 76 overall 24-year-old corner who's on the last year of his contract. So let's package these 3 guys together, which immediately the Bears want Jerome Baker. Is there any other? Okay, a bunch of teams want Jerome Baker. Almost like every team wants Jerome Baker, which is weird. And then you have, who was that? The Jags. Okay, the Jags want Martin Emerson. Maybe it'd be smart to trade these guys separately since there are multiple teams that want them. It's all about being smart here. It's trying about milking out as much value as physically possible from these deals. So let's actually take Emerson out for now, add somebody else in. Rayshawn Jenkins, don't need him for nothing. So what are we getting offered here? Anything enticing? Any players that could help us long term? Not really. Clay Martin, he's 25. I kind of want better though at free safety. Love me some Jalen Tolbert, former South Alabama Jag, but don't really need him either. I was really hoping there's going to be one team overpaying, but it just doesn't look like we're getting any good players in return, unfortunately. Maybe Travis Jones, potentially. Titans offered me L'Jarius Sneed, who I really wish we could trade away in real life, but he's 28. He's on a huge contract, so we'll have to probably make a trade manually. What about the Giants here? Is it another team that we willing to give me a 2nd-round pick? No, but it is so close, dude. That's so crazy. We're about to go into next year's draft with like 5, 6 2nd-round selections. We have obviously a ton of ammo here, so let's throw away one of our 7th, see how close it gets. It's very, very close, my friends. Let's throw in both 7th-round selections, and fellas, we get ourselves what will probably be another early 2nd-round pick. Thing is, though, with us like selling the team completely right now, we have absolutely got to hit on this draft class. Because if we put up an absolute stinker this next offseason and all these guys are bust, it will honestly set us back probably 5-6 years. So a lot of pressure upcoming in the offseason. We still have players like David Njoku that I'm still trying to decide whether or not I want to trade away. Now, I still do want to try to trade away Emerson here, and the Jags are the only team that's interested in him. Just give me Trayvon Walker for him. What in the world? Do I take advantage of this? Do I do this? Thing is, Trayvon Walker was the #1 pick, so even on his rookie contract, he's on a huge deal, making a lot of money, but at the same time, he's an 80 overall edge rusher. Scheme fit for us. We need another edge rusher on the other side of Myles Garrett, and heck, he could be here for the next 10 years. He's probably going to cost a lot of money by the time we have to re-sign him, but we'll get 2 relatively cheap seasons out of him for what a left edge normally costs. Or do I just try to get a draft pick? I just did that as a joke. I had literally no idea it was going to be that close to being acceptable. I guess we do it. I mean, a corner for the former #1 pick who has gotten double-digit sacks in his career? I mean, why not, dude? I mean, I wouldn't mind trading away all these 5th-round picks, for being honest. It's in the green now, which I can actually package in a few more players. Like DeAndre Carter, I have no need for you. And kind of same thing with DeMonte Kazee. Like, just no reason we need a 32-year-old free safety on a 1-year contract. And I really don't know if that budged at all, to be completely fair. But we're going to find a way to make this work, even if I have to trade away a couple, day 3 picks. So again, we'll go with a 5, which made it a little bit closer. Let's go with a 2027 5, which, oh my. So what I should be able to do here is throw in the earlier projected 5th-round pick, submit this deal through. Huh? I don't even see anything there. So let me do some finagling here. We could probably throw in a 2028 7, since we're probably projected as like the 2nd pick in the 7th round. And also flip it for their 2028 7th-round pick. Oh my God, dude, just accept it. Just accept it. Trayvon Walker is the newest member of the Cleveland Browns, brother. Never in a million years expected this. Totally expected to get maybe a 4th-round pick for Martin Emerson, but yet here we are with another premier pass rusher added to our defense. Which again, the goal this season was to kind of tank, and I think we're still going to do so because this offense is so terribly bad. Like, we need a brand new offense, but at the same time, dude, this defense might win a game or 2 for us. Let's keep the fire sale rolling, though. Ethan here, don't need just 72 overall center on a 1-year deal. No hard feelings. You know what? Go compete with another team for now, because we're definitely not competing this season. Alex Wright, also somebody could get rid of. Also, probably Cameron Thomas, because again, I'm not going to re-sign him. For some reason, 70 overall edges, they asked for $5 million a year. Not going to do it. Which we actually got an offer from the Jags. Give me a 3rd. Give me a 3rd, call it even. This is crazy. This is crazy, but you see my method. If a team offers me in the get offer screen, that means for some reason they want one of these players, and out of that, I got a 3rd round pick. So my God, dude, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 picks in the upcoming 2026 draft. And that's before potentially trading away David Njoku. It even says he's a trade target. Now let's see what offers are out there. DJ Moore, that's a good start. Chris Jenkins, a 2nd, a 3rd round pick from the Bengals. Khalil Shakir in 2/3 from the Bills. That's kind of enticing because we definitely need wide receiver help. Cortland Sutton's crazy, but a little bit too old for our rebuild. Jamil Dean, Deebo Samuel. Again, it's not a lot of players that really would help us long term. Chop Robinson is interesting, but we just got Trayvon Walker, so we don't really have a fit for him. So if that's the case, Wan'Dale Robinson, I know he's on an expiring contract, so we could just sign him in the offseason. I was hoping there'd be some like young gun, like Braden Fisk. We already have Mason Graham though. I feel like if we traded away just David Njoku to straight up, we could possibly get another 1st round pick if we package a few more players or a couple draft picks with them. Just doing my due diligence though. So let's do it, man. Let's see if we can grab a 1st round pick from somebody for David Njoku. Now the thing is, if I'm being smart here, I need to try to find a team that will be willing to give me a 1st round pick. I'm probably not going to get a top 10 projected pick for him, but I got to find a team that's projected to have like a mid-season, like maybe the Bucks. Bucks aren't going to have a bad season, but for them, for example, they're projected the 19th pick, which might be a low enough pick for them to trade straight up for Njoku. But at the same time, I'm trying to look for somebody that could have a bad season to where that 19th pick could end up maybe being like pick number 6 in the draft. And the one team I already saw that like kind of fits that mold is the Arizona Cardinals. They're projected to pick 16. Honestly, like, it could end up with a top 5 pick. And I do have Trey McBride, so I don't know if they're actually going to do this. Not even close. Chargers, maybe, potentially, because they're in a tough division. They need tight end, although they have Arondé Gadsden. What's Arondé Gadsden's overall in this game? It should probably, honestly, be like an 80. He's a 72. Hidden development. Nah, brother. He should be an 80 at this point. Guy's insane. But, hey, they want to run 2 tight ends. David Njoku for pick number 22. Trade was accepted straight up. Honestly, a little upset because I probably could have got a little bit more for him. But brother, that means we now have a total of 4 firsts. Now, since the fire sale, I believe, is over, let me see if I can package some of these picks and maybe get an extra 2nd, maybe. You know what? This is too much for my little brain. I think what we're going to do is just actually keep the volume of picks that we have, because I mean, you never know if we have enough picks on day 3. Maybe we hit on one more superstar on day 3 of the draft, which we will gladly take. 15 draft picks we get to use in the offseason, boys, and I am excited. And even with the squad that has an insanely talented defense, I think at the end of the day, when your offense looks like this, you probably can expect to have the number 1 pick in the draft. I mean, literally, the only 3 players that I feel like are long-term options here, probably Judkins, Jerry Jeudy, and maybe Harold Fannin. Now, I do have to fill out the roster, because I don't think Roger Goodell would let me play with like 40 players on our team. Now, nobody that could actually help us win. So, Kyle McCord, add some young talent, can be our quarterback 3. Need another running back. Let's sign Damian Martinez. Who else better to help us lose games than Kadarius Toney to replace David Njoku? Let's sign Josh Wiley here, former Tennessee Titan who got cut this year. You know what? So our quarterback doesn't get killed. Let's re-sign Jedrick Willis. I think the Browns cut him in the offseason or just didn't re-sign him. He's a decent young left tackle. You know what? Cordell Volston here, 72 overall left guard. He's only 27, so maybe we can bring him back for depth next year. I don't think we have a center on the entire roster, so let's sign this rookie out of Ohio State. Talk about young talent, Layden Robinson here. He's a 24-year-old, 2nd year, 72 overall guard. Again, if anything, can sign him long-term to be depth. Now, I know we for sure need help at edge because we traded away a ton of them. Braden Swinson here. I'm actually shocked he's a free agent. He's a rookie, 71 overall. Why not sign him? Might not be good enough for anybody else, but you're for sure good enough for the Browns. If I was trying to win, I would sign Christian Wilkins here, but we're not. So I do need the tackle help, but I'm just going to look for a young gun like Elijah Chapman. I don't think I have a Sam linebacker on the entire roster, so why not sign an Orgy? And I do know we need safety help now because I traded away our backups. Let's bring in Israel Mukwami. And for the first time in a rebuild on Madden 26, I am going to be using a real draft class. So you have a real quarterbacks like Cade Klubnik, Garrett Nussmeier, Lenore Sellers, Drew Aller. Now we're going to have to scout them and hope that one of them can be our quarterback of the future. But like at the end of the day, who knows? Maybe we just pass up on quarterback and try to get one the next year, or maybe sign one in the offseason. With that said, fellas, it is officially time to simulate this season, which we're going to start by just simming to the trade deadline, see if there's any contract extensions we need to look at. Also, really really hoping for the future of this team, we make it to the midway point and we don't have a single win. Success! Now, when it comes to re-signing these players, I actually don't know if there's a single player I do want to re-sign. Like, all these guys would probably be free agents at the start of next season anyway. Like, I don't even think I want to re-sign my kicker or punter. Yeah, so honestly, I believe all these guys can walk. Like, Jedrick Willis here, how much is he asking for? He's asking for, yeah, his cap hit would be $9 million. He's not a long-term option. It was just kind of a bridge left tackle for us this season for Dillon Gabriel not to die. So, yeah, fellas, I think I'm going to allow all these guys to walk. Oh, wait, Ronnie Hickman. I didn't even look at him. He's only 23 years old. 76 overall free safety, and our free safety position is terrible. So, I wouldn't mind, honestly, signing him. And the good thing about him being 27 is it could kind of be a little crazy here and offer a 7-year contract, which would mean by the time he's 30, he'll only cost me $4 million a season, and maybe by that point, he'd be like an 85 overall. And the thing is, he doesn't want to join us, so I am probably going to have to overpay quite a bit, but I'm hoping this overpay would look like a cheap deal in 2032 after 7 seasons, which he is going to re-sign. Let's go. So he's probably going to be literally the only player this entire season that we re-sign. So with that, let's go ahead and simulate to the playoffs and hope to God we're the first team in NFL history to go 0-17. Dang it, dude. Like, who is that bad that we were able to beat them? We beat the Ravens, by the way. We're on a win streak. Beat the Ravens, beat the Raiders. We beat the Bills. We beat the Steelers. How on planet Earth? Like, did the Bills team die in a plane crash? Like, what are we doing? Somebody had to have laced Josh Allen's Gatorade bottle pregame with fentanyl. That's the only explanation. We didn't finish with the worst offense in the NFL, which is insane. We had a top 10 defense, which doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Yeah, Dylan, we gotta be better. 3,800 yards, 29 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. That's just not acceptable, brother. Was also sacked 61 times, but apparently he did survive. Yeah, 55% of your passes being completed is pretty trash as well. What's his overall up to? A 77. Now that makes things interesting, dude, because like, would a rookie quarterback that we draft be a 77? The thing is, he is normal dev, so he's probably not going to keep going up that fast. I mean, I will say going up 10 overall in one season makes it kind of interesting, but with him still being on a rookie contract, and he's kind of old for a rookie quarterback, he's already 24, so it might be smart, honestly, if we did still draft a quarterback, unless if they all suck, maybe he could be our starter next season. But if we do find out that one of these quarterbacks looks like a stud, honestly, with Dillon Gabriel now being a 77 overall, we could potentially trade him away for something half decent. Now, I'm more interested about our running game and Judkins, who, kind of a stinker. 3.8 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. To be fair, he was running behind this offensive line, which what's most important is that he's up to an 85 overall. So he is on the trajectory, only being 21 years old, to be a premier back. Like, he honestly could be our running back for this entire 10-year rebuild, because by the time he's 31, would probably still be a beast. How about through the air? Jerry Jeudy, our lone 1,000-yard receiver. Malachi Corley had a good year. That's a shocker. Cedric Tillman had a good year. Harold Fannin, not bad either. Like, Harold Fannin's the only other guy I think could be here the entire 10-year rebuild, which he's up to a 77 overall star. So give him a couple more seasons and maybe he's in the mid-80s. About defensively, oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Myles Garrett, 17.5 sacks. Trayvon Walker with 14. Mason Graham, the rookie, with 8. And this might have been able to win him Defensive Rookie of the Year. Like, if we can actually sign some decent free agents to help out our offense and actually get a good rookie class, I'm not kidding you when I say our defense is good enough that we can compete next year. I mean, we found a way to win 4 games with this offense, dude. Not even trolling. I feel like I should have won Coach of the Year for winning 4 games with the team that we had. And do we have a Defensive Player of the Year? No, Myles Garrett came in 4th. What about Rookie, though? Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Amarian Hampton. We had Judkins come in 3rd. Dillon Gabriel came in 7th. How about defensively? We had, Mason Graham came in 3rd. Also had Carson Schweisinger come in 6th. What is he up to? Because I feel like he's another guy that I feel like could be here the whole next decade. He had 123 total tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and he is going to be all the way up to an 84. We take it. Which is important. I wanted to see, okay, there's other teams that had 4-13 record, but it does say we have the 16 seed, which I'm hoping that means Madden's really wonky with how they give the draft picks out, like the tiebreakers, but I'm assuming that means we should have the best draft pick out of those 4-13 teams. So I feel like we got lucky. So let's see here, click of a button. It does look like we finished the season with the worst record by a tiebreaker in the NFL, so I'm hoping this does mean we did lock up the #1 pick. Which, don't forget, we also got the Saints first rounder, so that should be like just outside of being a top 5 pick. We also do have the Jags, who apparently had a really good year. Jags, oh God, hopefully they'll win the Super Bowl. Oh, and the Chargers pick look like it's gonna be 23. Dude, it says we have the 3rd pick here. What do you mean? Oh, this game makes no sense. If we have the 32nd best record, how do we not have the #1 pick? Who has the #1 pick? Not even the Titans. Don't make any sense. I feel like it's glitched. I guess we'll have to see which pick the Madden roulette would end up giving us, but at least at the end of the day, it'll be a top 5 pick, which officially at the end of the season, the team comes in actually as an 84 with an 89 defense. That defense is Super Bowl caliber. It's just this offense that's terrible. Speaking of the defense, Trayvon Walker up to an 84. We have Mason Graham up to an 86 already. JOK up to an 86. Like I said, Schweinsteiger up to an 84. We have the pieces, man. Dallas Turner, who we got in a trade, up to an 85. We have the pieces where if we have a successful offseason, a successful draft, and maybe end up trading away Dylan Gabriel if we get a good rookie quarterback, maybe, just maybe, this ends up being a quick rebuild where next year we could compete for our next Super Bowl, or at least make the playoffs. Which, let's go ahead and see who's going to be this year's Super Bowl matchup. Oh, we have a Packers-Chiefs Super Bowl. Come on, anybody but the Chiefs. Let's do it for the Grassi Posse. Oh, yay, the Swifties win again. All right, but most importantly, let's go and see if any players out there ended up having a dev trait increase, which it doesn't look like. Judkins still is a star as an 85 overall. How about defense? Maybe? It doesn't look like it. But again, actually very happy with how Season 1 went. I'm just really hoping we end up with the #1 pick. I'm going to be mad if we don't. We had the worst record in the league and $114 million to work with. So we could have a pretty successful offseason here. Which again, fellas, don't really care about signing any of these players. Malachi Corley's up to a 78 overall, by the way, which is just insane. Now, Braden Swinson. Let me see. He's asking for not a lot at all, and if he can just get a little bit better each year, he's only 24. If we could lock him down to one of those cheesy 7-year contracts, I mean, by the time he's 30, he'd probably be like an 80 overall. We get him for $5 million a season, so let's see if we can lock him in. I'll up it a little bit. Wouldn't mind, like I said, having some good young depth, and he's going to re-sign, which is nuts because you have a guy like Robinson here who was just 1 overall higher, 1 year older, and he's asking for close to double of what Swinson was. So Robinson, no chance, not re-signing you. Yeah, these guys are just asking for way too much. Like even this Volson fella, he's asking for like $5 million a season. I'm not doing that. I want you to be my starter, which means we are going to have $108 million to work with in free agency, as hopefully it's not a terrible free agent class. Year 1's never normally good, so that kind of sucks. We have a lot of money to spend now. But let's see what's out there, fellas. Who knows? Moment of truth. It sucks. It's not good at all. Although, maybe I could sign Jaquan Brisker, convert him over to free safety, and we can have that locked down for a little while. Because it's like if I have the money to spend, I might as well spend it on somebody. Now, keep in mind, I'm only allowed to sign 5 free agents per offseason, so I got to be smart here. Got to pick and choose wisely. I don't feel like Jaquan Brisker would be a bad shout. Now, let's offer him a 4-year deal. Let's up the money a little bit. The problem is he has no interest in joining us, so he probably would take a big overpay. See, dude, like, how do the Eagles have that much money to offer him? So, like, what if I did the very low-risk offer? Like, giving a safety $20 million a season is crazy, dude. And at the end of the day, our offer is not even going to touch the Eagles. So I guess we're going to have to pass on Jaquan Brisker. I don't even know what to do with my money. Like, I could potentially sign Cordell Flott and trade away Tyson Campbell because he's a superstar, so he'll probably progress pretty fast. Let's just see. We got to spend our money somewhere, like I said, and it doesn't even look like we're in the hunt. It's just hard because we're going to have to overpay for everybody because nobody has interest. Like, there's hardly any players interested in joining. Like, Ardarius Washington is, but he's not that big of a difference from Ronnie Hickman, so there's no point in getting him money. And we do need free safety pretty badly, but I'm not going to overpay. Like, there's very, very few players that even want to join us, brother. Like, I'm wondering if it might be smart financially just to hold on to our money, draft all those players, and then sign free agents for what it will cost cheaper when they actually are interested. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give out, like, 1-year contracts and see who I could get maybe for cheap. I might as well, like I said, if anything, spend the money on guys this next season so I'm not wasting it. Like, I just don't want to lock down anybody long-term for an overpay. At least we're tied for Taylor. Also gave out an offer to David Edwards, which we're literally the only team that did. Because, like, through the draft, we're only going to be able to sign so many players, so we're only going to be able to fill so many needs. Might as well try to sign some offensive linemen to help us next year. We don't have a center on the entire roster, so Connor McGovern here. I'm wondering if we should just lock him up for 2 years, if that means he does sign. Well, but unfortunately, the Patriots are offering him the mother load, so we're not going to get Connor. We could possibly go after Luke Wattenberg, which we definitely have a better shot at him. I don't know, maybe Brady Christensen here to be our left tackle next year. Tied with the Falcons, I'm not going to go up anymore. I mean, there really just is nobody. Like, there's just nobody that I feel like will help us. I know we don't have a Sam linebacker at all on the entire team now, so maybe trade away Willie Gay, which we're unfortunately not in the hunt. Unfortunately, going to have to up that offer, but he's not asking for too much. Okay, what we gave him apparently is the best offer. So there it is, fellas, the 5 players that we're targeting. Like, honestly, missing out on these guys wouldn't be that big of a deal, but if we were able to land all 4 of these offensive linemen, we'd at least have an average group, which might give us a chance potentially to compete for a playoff berth next year. Here we have it, fellas, moment of truth. Gonna evaluate these offers. The 3 of them have decided. We're still in for both David Edwards and for Brady Christensen. We got Luke Wattenberg, got Willie Gay, but apparently we ended up not signing Taylor. Went to 49ers. Honestly, don't blame him. That now means that we do need to give an offer for somebody else. Maybe a right guard, Ed Ingram, potentially. Oh, great. Tied with the Eagles for Ed. Who would you rather sign with? Go block for Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts, or the Browns? Which hopefully we're able to land like 2 of these guys at least. So Brady is still trying to decide, which means we did sign David, but I'm guessing Ed did go with the Eagles, huh? Oh, wow. He threw a curveball in there for us. I'm not even kidding you, dude. I have 0 idea who to give our money to. I'm not even trolling. Now, the funny thing I did notice is that Daniel Jones was a free agent, 81 overall, and he would have been nice, you know. But look at the contract he got, man. He's 29, so he's not going to get any better. Like, 81 would have been great for next year, but I think we'll be fine doing what we're doing. I'm still struggling to find somebody to give my money to. I mean, Devin Bush is still sitting here. I mean, he's obviously familiar with our defense since we just traded him away last year. So if you'll take a 1-year deal, I won't mind taking you back. See, we're in second for him. You know what, dude? What about Tyler Algier? Tyler as maybe a backup to Judkins, and if anything, maybe like 2 years down the line, we can trade him away. There you go, tie with 3 other teams. And obviously, if I had to choose, I'd definitely take Brady out of the 2, because we need a left tackle for next season. And we got both of them. Let's go. So at least now our offensive line looks halfway average. But now we move to the draft where it has fixed itself, and it does say we have the #1 pick in the draft. Now the question is, are we going to go Fernando Mendoza? Or are we going to go Dante Moore? Like, do I trade down, try to get like a Caleb Downs? Like, do I go Peter Woods? I don't know what to do. Oh, as you see, brother, because it does say Fernando Mendoza is a round 2 to 3 talent, which Dante Moore is actually worse. So if we do go QB, it does need to be Mendoza. I don't know what rounded 2 to 3 talent means, though. Like, does that mean he's a 74-ish, 75? Because if that's the case, I'd still take him. Or, like, is the move to actually trade down? Because, like, I could trade down and maybe get Lenore Sellers a little bit later. So many decisions still to be made, boys. Which is actually a little bit curious here. With our 18th pick that we have, they have us going offensive tackle. And then at 21, have us going offensive guard. So who knows what we're going to do. I wouldn't mind that, because we do kind of desperately need help at offensive tackle. So let's see what the heck we're about to get into with the 67 picks that we own this draft. Now, before we make any rash decisions here, let's see what offers we would get if we move back. So the Vikings offer me 3 first-round picks. The Titans offer me 2 picks down the line, a first, a third, and a 6. Rams offer me 4 first-round picks, which is insane. We would get 2 first-round picks later on in this round. That's actually very enticing, dude. That would give us a total of, what, 5 first-round picks? And then an extra first the next 2 years? Oh my god, that's actually crazy. Oh, why am I actually thinking about doing that? You know what, folks? I have an idea. I think I'm going to do something insane. Now you have like the Raiders here offer me 8 and a first. Even the Giants, dude, offer me a first, and then a first next year, second next year. This is tough. Let me see if I can work some magic. I did not expect to do this, but the fact we can get an extra first round pick this year, then an extra first round pick the next 2 years, I feel like this is actually going to help our team long term where we have so many holes. But just wait, just wait. Yes, we are going to accept this offer from the Rams, and I'd never again in a million years thought I was going to do this. But just wait. Just wait. There is no way the Rams are going to take a quarterback, right? Because the Rams, didn't they just sign Daniel Jones to a long-term deal? So what I'm going to do here, actually, is see if we can trade up from our 6th overall pick and get the Jets pick at number 2. Because I don't believe they're going to take a quarterback. Actually, first, before I make any rash decisions here, let me make sure that the Rams don't take QB. They're probably trading up for what? Ruben Bain, maybe one of those receivers, maybe even Caleb Downs. What are they trading up for since they just signed Daniel Jones? They took quarterback. I just saw it. Oh no, I made a mistake. Oh, boys, I might have made a mistake. Holy crap. Oh, God, boys, this is who I wanted. I didn't think the Rams were trading up for a quarterback. What was the point in getting Daniel Jones? He was going to be a backup. But now, is it worth trading up with the Jets from 6? Because they're probably going to be trying to get Dante Moore. What if I just sit at 6 and try to get Lenore Sellers? Or maybe trade up and get one of the better players left. I don't know. I really don't know what to do anymore. Tough decisions are going to have to be made, boys, because at the end of the day, it does say these quarterbacks are all around 3 to 4 talents. I think Dante Moore is probably the better ones. It's just like tough decisions are going to have to be made because, again, it says these quarterbacks are around 3 to 4 talents. But again, even if they're like a 72 overall, that's still good for a rookie. I mean, I feel like Dante Moore and Lenore Sellers are probably going to be about the same. So as long as they don't miss out on both of them, I think we'll be okay. Which the Jets are going to take. Okay, they did take Dante Moore. So it's Lenore Sellers or bust at this point, boys. My Titans definitely aren't going to be taking quarterback. They're probably going to be going wide receiver. This is probably where Jordan Tyson goes off the board. Yup. Now Washington absolutely is not going to be taking QB. They went Ruben Bain. Now surely the Giants aren't going quarterback either. They have Jackson Dart. Is that Lenore Sellers? I don't think so. I think that's Caleb Downs actually. And I was thinking about it because we need free safety badly. It is Caleb Downs, which means we are free to select Lenore Sellers here. But hold on. Hold on a second, because if we traded down with the Bears here one more time, they're not taking quarterback. The Raiders might, though. The Raiders actually might take quarterbacks. So let's see. I mean, we're still getting some pretty good offers from other teams, but I don't want to trade down way too far right now. So like I said, literally just one spot with the Bears. You know what? Give me Luther Bird and call it even. To be fair, it's a lot closer than what I thought, actually. Do I try to get Luther Bird in here? Give you Cedric Tillman. It's in the yellow. We have a million quarterbacks. They can't afford it. They can't afford it. See, now, like, I really want this. Again, I have a bunch of late picks that I do not mind using. If I can bring in Luther Burden, brother. Trade still declined. How close does a 4 get us? It's in the green. Let's just get a pick. Let's be smart about it. Since we already have a million picks this year, let's just try to grab like a second from 2027, which is declined. What about a 3 and a 4? Still declined. How about just that 3? Still declined. How about you give me a 4, 5, 6, and 7 from next year? Being difficult, man. Being difficult. Take out that 7. Take out that 6. Oh my God. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Is it even worth it? I guess it is. Getting as much value as physically possible is worth it. 100%. Try to get some late picks as well. Jesus, dude. Literally all we end up getting is a freaking 5. That's crazy. I literally tried everything. I don't even know if that's worth it. So who the heck are they going to take? They went... I think that said Mateo Ugalele. So, man, that was a lot of stress for nothing. I think we're going to do it, man, because we need quarterback desperately. At the same time, it's like, I feel like these guys are probably the best players in the draft. Like Peter Woods, Francis, probably like a 77 overall tackle. But I don't think I can pass up on a potential quarterback of the future. Again, he's probably going to be a relatively low overall compared to the other players at this point, but teams reach on quarterbacks all the time, and we need a talented one desperately. I was totally expecting Fernando Mendoza, but we're going to have to settle for Lenore Sellers. Brother, we've got to hope and pray this ends up being the best decision in franchise history as he comes in. Oh my God, that's so much worse than what I thought. Oh God, oh God. Now, this is the difference maker. If he has hidden dev, that's fine. If he has hidden dev, we can work with that. If it's normal, this was a waste and all that was worth it. He does have hidden dev. Okay, 89 speed, 94 throw power. It's not a lost cause. Especially since we have 4 more first-round picks. Guess we're just going to skip ahead. I have no idea what I even want at this point. So, Caden Proctor just goes ahead of us, which I was actually kind of eyeing him because we needed tackle pretty badly. Jeremiah Love's on the board. I'm sure he's a beast, but we don't need running back. We literally can't afford to take a luxury pick. Now, Mekhi Lemon, I know, is a freaking beast from USC. I think I might just take him. Combine doesn't look that good, but I just know he's a baller. Lenore Sellers to Mekhi Lemon, a potential partnership for the next decade. And just don't be a bad pick, please. He's come in 22nd true value, got him at 18, not bad. Most importantly, he does come in with hidden development. I do know we desperately need offensive line. Isaiah World is definitely the best tackle left in the draft. At guard, we have Caden Green here, who actually looks like kind of a beast. A bunch of A's, fastest guard in the entire draft, and really nothing here that worries me. So I think Caden Green on the spot is going to be the selection. And he's going to come in as 30th in true value. Got him at 19. A little disappointed. But hidden development, though, it's fine. A big question is, do I stay at offensive line? Because we basically need an entire new offensive line. Isaiah World could be a worldly pick. He's 6'8", 309, and relatively athletic for that size. He comes in with, he's kind of injury prone, but everything else looks good. I mean, again, just don't be a complete stinker. Isaiah is going to come in as the 35th best player. Got him at 21, but it's a position of need for us. I can't complain. Normal development, though, that's a heartbreaker. That is terrible. Oh, God, what a weird first round this has been. Like, I don't know if this has been good or this has been bad, but we still have one more pick here, hopefully, that we don't screw up. There's been freaking, what, 1, 2, 3, 5 out of 6 last picks have been cornerback. Now, I know I don't really need edge that desperately, but I've been looking at this guy, Danny Dennis Sutton. Nothing is insane, but he's very well-rounded. It doesn't seem like this is a really deep draft class or anything, so I'm having to pick and choose. But nothing right here tells me it's a bad pick. Everything looks about average. So Danny is going to be the selection, and he's going to come in as the 18th best player. Got him at 27 by far our best value pick. And he comes in with normal development, who that screws it. Never a good thing for 2 of your 5 first-round picks being normal dev players. So kind of a stinker, but keep in mind we do have the first pick here in the second round, which is crazy. You still have Jeremiah Love there, Anthony Hill, Keldrick Falk from Auburn, who I probably should have went with. He's only 20 years old. I should have picked him. Ooh, I'm glad I looked at this. I honestly hadn't even looked at center yet. Parker Brailsford from Alabama. I know he's a good player in real life. Round 1 to 2 talent, and I'm looking for a long-term center. He has a lot of A's. His run block kind of sucks. He had a really, really good combine. I think he is absolutely going to be the pick. His run blocking sucks, but hey, he can pass protect for a rookie QB. Parker, don't be a stinker. Please be hidden dev to make up for the last few garbage picks. 43rd in true value. I actually thought he's going to be better than that. 33rd in the draft, and he comes in with hidden development. That's all that matters, boys. This one was a dub. Hopefully, we can do the same thing with our next pick in the second round, upcoming in 5 picks at 37. I mean, Jeremiah Love is still sitting there. That's crazy to me. But also, I have to be smart about the positions that we do need. And the one position I was kind of looking at before was safety. Now, I have to say, I've looked at these guys, they look bad. I feel like all these free safeties are terrible, but these strong safeties are a lot better. This Jalen Kilgore fella, he was a projected first-round talent. It's in the second round, so if he was good enough, the CPU would have already taken him. But Dylan here, out of Oregon, is a guy I am eyeing. The fastest and strongest safety in the draft. Also, his skills look pretty gosh dang good. A tackle, B man. We need a long-term free safety, and I would gladly convert him over. Dylan, please don't be a stinker. Dylan is going to come in as our best value pick of the draft yet. A+, 12th in true value. Got him at 37, and also comes in with hidden development. Probably, fellas, our best pick of the draft yet. Honestly, we might have gotten better players in the second round than we did in the first. Keep it going, though, because we have another pick upcoming here in the second round. And I'm not going to lie, I was going to take Jeremiah Love if he fell a little bit further, but he got taken by the Texans, which is a nasty pick. He's going to be a freaking beast there. I could desperately use another wide receiver, though, and KC Conception from Texas A&M, I know is really good in real life. Don't really have him scouted, though, and it's he's really weak. Do I do it? He has a spec cage, a deep route running. The only thing that's bad is short route running. So he could be a deep threat for us. I'm gonna take a shot on him. He probably, if he was good, he probably already would have been taken. But sometimes you have to take a shot, and sometimes it pays off. 17th in true value. Got him at 57. I'm wondering if this is like a really deep wide receiver class. So maybe I need to pick more. Does he have hidden development? Yes, he does. Oh my God, fellas. I honestly think we got higher overall players in the second round than we did the first round. Hopefully, we can keep that rolling on into the third. And honestly, I might take one more wide receiver here. Nick Harbor out of South Carolina would probably be our number 4 receiver. Our receiver room is probably the worst in the NFL. But he comes in running a 4.24 40-yard dash. Like literally the most athletic wide receiver in the draft, and it's not even close. Like he had the best 40, bench press, vertical jump, and broad jump of every wide receiver at the pro day. Now, the thing that does suck is him because he has a lot of D's, but I'm going to take him just because he's fast. Nick Harbor, I don't know if you're going to be a good pro, but I know you can run really fast in a straight line. Nick is going to come in as the 51st best player. Really good value pick. And he comes in hidden development, 99 speed, brother. I have a feeling this guy is going to be a monster. He looks like one. Now, we still need offensive linemen late here in the 3rd round. Blake Miller, I think, is by far the best offensive lineman left in the draft. Although it's not really saying much. But as you see here, nothing's bad at all. His lowest rating is a C. We're going to take Blake, and he's going to come in as the 98th in true value. Got him at 85. It also comes in with hidden dev, too. Okay. Not bad. Like, if I could get a redo on that 1st round, this could have ended up one of the best draft classes ever. Now, we do need a long-term option at Sam linebacker, and there's nothing but projected day 3 players left here, but I've seen Deontay Lawson play at Alabama IRL past 3-4 seasons, and he's good. There's just no way he sucks in this. He's the fastest, probably the most athletic Sam linebacker in the entire draft. His skills don't even look bad either aside from finesse moves. He's good in coverage. I mean, we are in the 3rd round. Let's just take him. Come on. Deontay, not terrible. 115th in true value. Got him at 88. He's going to come in with normal dev, though, which kind of kills the vibe. I could use depth at tight end, and I think Michael Trigg's probably the best in real life, but he doesn't look good. He doesn't look good in this draft class. Now, this Justin Jolly guy actually does look half decent. He mid-combine, kind of strong. Has some A's in there, has some D's. I'm going to take a shot on him, though. All I need is a backup. Justin's going to come in as the 57th ranked player. Got him at 97 with normal L. I didn't mean to do that. I simmed our pick. Oh, God. We went cornerback. Hopefully Everett doesn't suck. I always do that by accident. Oh, I got to make up for that nonsense here, man. Now, I'm actually going to be honest with you, fellas. The more and more I look at this draft class, I think this is one of those drafts where it's loaded at both wide receiver and I think it's loaded at cornerback, which is like the 2 positions we don't need. I've never used this draft class before, so I have no idea. But I don't want to keep taking wide receivers because we don't need any. And everybody else, I think, left in the draft is kind of garbage. So, honestly, I know we have a ton of picks, and I was fully expected on utilizing those. But honestly, for the future of this franchise, and that is all that matters, I think the future of this franchise, the best decision to be made, I'm actually looking at Zane. Do I take Zane? Do I make one more pick? Zane, fastest D-tackle. Do I do it? Do I do it, Zane? Screw it. I do need D-tackle depth. Let's just take him. Don't be a stinker. Zane, okay. 89th in true value. Got him at 120. Not bad. Normal dev, though, sucks. I just don't think it's an overall very deep draft class. So what I'm going to go ahead and do from here, I think we still have 4 or 5 more picks left. I'm going to trade every pick that we have left for future picks. And then when the CPU has to make picks next year and the years in the future, because I only get to make the 1st round picks from now on, they'll at least have more picks to have a better chance to hit on sleepers late in the draft. So let's see what we can get for the next year's draft. Seahawks offering a next year's 4th and 7. Let's take it. Okay, I guess I'll trade down a little bit here with the Packers to get an extra 7th, which unfortunately, literally the best offer is a 2027 5 and 7 from the Patriots. But we're just going to keep on doing this the rest of the draft and get like an extra, 10 picks? Seahawks offering a 2027 5. Don't mind if I do. And that was actually my last pick. I thought I had more than that, but that's fine. We picked up, extra 5 picks for next year's draft? Which, oh God, here we go. Draft recap here, my friends. Let's see if we drafted nothing but stinkers. We ended up, that's actually insane. That is actually crazy. Now, I know there's no real crazy studs or anything. Dylan here, our 2nd round pick, 77 overall, is amazing. I'm a little disappointed that Lenoris comes in as a 72 overall, but that is fine. You saw Dylan Gabriel with normal development and our offense go from 67 or 68, I think, up to 77. Lenoris Sellers with hidden possibly could go from 72 to 80 in just 1 year. So I think, hopefully, he is the right pick and the quarterback of the future for us. Outside of that, Mekhi Lemon's going to be his wide receiver 2 immediately. Caden Green, we'll let these young offensive linemen probably start immediately. Danny Dennis was a beast too. I just don't know if he's going to get a lot of playing time. Parker will start for us immediately, as will Kevin as a 76 overall. Nick Harbor might get a little bit of playing time. I think the smart thing, honestly, is just make sure that all the young guys get playing time so they can slowly but surely progress. But see, this doesn't make me too mad. Fernando Mendoza was a 73 overall. Dante Moore was my 2nd option, but he also was a 72, so I don't feel like we got screwed that much, especially when you consider us trading back. Got us an extra, 3 first-round picks for the future? Now, who was the highest-rated player in the class? Jeremiah Love, of course. 83 overall, was taken middle of the 2nd round. Kind of wish I would have snagged him up, although he wouldn't have got a lot of playing time. Caleb Downs would have been fantastic. 82 overall, who I might have actually taken at pick number 6 if he would have fell. But hey, we got our quarterback of the future, and that's all that matters. So finally into Season 2, and this is how the team currently looks, but it's not how the team's going to look going into the season. Because keep in mind, starting this season, we get one trade, and I feel like the smart thing to do is just to go ahead and trade away those linemen that we sign on one-year deals to make sure the youngsters can get some playing time. And also at the same time, see what we can get for Dillon Gabriel, because we do want Lenore Sellers obviously to start as a rookie so he can develop. I feel like somebody's got to be interested in Dillon. You have who? The Colts, which I'm not going to lie, the offers we are getting, we get X-Factor Marshawn Lattimore. But for a quarterback that's half decent, ooh, a superstar corner, which we, again, don't need, I feel like we're actually getting some pretty decent offers. And the Jets wouldn't mind Dillon Gabriel. Any other team out there. Now, the Raiders would like Dillon Gabriel. And keep in mind, I didn't trade back in the draft one more time because I knew the Raiders were going to draft a quarterback. So maybe I can actually get something half decent from them. Like an Ashton Genty type. Is this a potential option? Not even close. What about like a Jackson Powers Johnson? He could be our long-term right guard. Oh my God. I actually got a third-round pick out of it. I thought like I was just going to try and see if we could get something out of it because I didn't want to trade away. We could have got more. But I never expected to be able to get a third-round pick out of it, too. But we did. So we get our long-term starter at right guard while we trade away a bunch of players that were just going to be backups for us anyway. Now, this, my friends, is what the lineup is going to look like headed into season number 2. Ooh, actually, should I start Miller at left tackle since this guy is normal dev? There we go. I think that'll do, which means we officially have 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, like 7 rookies starting on offense. So I'm not expecting much, but I'm expecting probably better than last year. I mean, the team comes in as an 84 overall. The offense is an 80. And this is how the defense is going to look. Thieneman comes in as our free safety. Linebackers look great. I mean, if the defense can really carry us, man, and this offense can just slowly but surely progress, maybe, just maybe, we could push for a playoff spot year 2. Watch me say all that. We just end up with a worse record than last year. And would you look at that, boys? 4-3. Which means if the season ended right now, we would be in the playoffs as the 6th seed. There's still a lot of season to go, obviously. I mean, we might not win a game the rest of the season, but very, very promising. Started the season off kind of stinky, 2-3, but 2 straight wins over the Raiders and Steelers has us at 500. And honestly, we were just a point swing away from being 5-2 at this point. But we do have a relatively tough schedule second half of the season, so who knows again. But still encouraged by the start regardless. Now, before we check anything else, let's see who needs to renegotiate the contracts. Ooh, some pretty big ones. Trayvon Walker, DJ Turner, 2 players we traded for last year, which gotta make sure we lock them up so those trades really weren't for nothing. Good thing is that Trayvon does at least have a little bit of interest, but I want to lock him up for almost the rest of this rebuild. Let's give him a 7-year contract, see what he says. It'll push the bigger cap hits down the line a little bit, and he's going to re-sign. Got him locked up. Now, DJ Turner here, 86 overall, has no interest in re-signing. Probably take a pretty big deal, but also another guy. Wouldn't mind locking down to a 6-year contract. Hopefully, he will accept, which he does. Okay. Sometimes they have no interest, they make it a little difficult, but DJ, man, he likes me. Now, Grant Delpit, don't want to lose him, 84 overall strong safety. He'll be good, could be a good starter for the next 4 years or so, so we'll lock him down, 4-year deal. Hopefully he'll accept, which he does. Now, what about Cedric Tillman? I wouldn't mind keeping him around for another 2 years. Could be a good wide receiver depth for us, which again, kind of happy that nobody's rejected their contracts yet. It doesn't normally happen. And then DeJuan Jones here, he wants a little 1-year contract, good backup left tackle. Why not? Unfortunately, Lucas, Jack, and Pat, y'all can leave. Now, statistically, brother, we have the 3rd best offense in the NFL. We were like dead last year. Defense is invisible. I don't know what that means. I think, like, normally that means you have the best defense when it's invisible. No, we have the 3rd best, though. I mean, Lenoris has been a little reckless with the football, but 1,800 yards, 13 touchdowns at the halfway point isn't bad. It definitely has a better completion percentage than what Dillon Gabriel had a year ago. Interesting running back room, I must say, as Judkins still isn't averaging over 4 yards per carry, doesn't have a single rushing touchdown. At this point in the season, Ty Algier has 3 on 10 carries. Now, through the air, Jerry Jeudy leading the attack. Mekhi Lemon a little bit behind him, 500 yards, which isn't bad for a rookie. Maybe could potentially win Rookie of the Year. Conception with 246 yards. Harold Phantom putting up okay numbers. Nick Harbor even getting in on the action. And defensively, looks like we're going crazy, dude. Trayvon Walker, Myles Garrett, both on pace for double-digit sacks again. As let's see if we can finish strong here, boys. Gonna go ahead and simulate to the playoffs. And if we scrape a 6 or 7 seed, I'll be happy. If we just miss out, that's fine. That's totally fine. That just means if we had one more good offseason, we could legitimately go on a Super Bowl run next year. And we did make the playoffs, dude. Let's go. Even though we lost our last 2 games of the season. Finished the year with the 12th best offense. Defensively, we finished 5th. Now, I have to say, pretty good numbers for a 72 overall rookie quarterback. 27 touchdowns, 16 picks, a little bit too much, but again, these numbers are so much better than Gabriel's rookie season. So very, very encouraged by this start and excited to see how much overall he jumped up in his rookie season. Now, on the ground, Judkins had a much better second half, boys. 1,000 yards, 4.3 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Now, through the air, we had 2 1,000-yard receivers, and look at Mekhi Lemon, brother. 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. I wonder if we have ourselves a top 10 receiver on our hands. Also, great year from KC Conception. Also, great year from Judkins through the air. Harold Fannin, not too bad. Definitely would have liked to get Nick Harbor a little bit more involved, but hey, you can't really get too mad at hitting on 2 rookie receivers. And obviously, let me point out, great season from the veteran. 108 grabs, 1,400 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Phenomenal, Jerry. Oh my God, thank the Lord we locked him up while we could. 18.5 sacks. If he waited until the end of the season to renegotiate his contract, he probably would have asked for $500 million. Oh, that's awesome. Might have won Defensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett, obviously, good year, 13.5 sacks. Mason Graham was 7.5. Mike Hall was 7.5. So a lot of promise and a lot of young players doing some good things for us on the interior. Swinesinger with 4 sacks, 163 total tackles, by the way. And DJ Turner, who we just locked up, coming in with 3 picks. Let's see if we had any big award winners. MVP goes to Dak Prescott. Unfortunately, nobody in the top 10 for us. Honestly, brother, I should have won Coach of the Year again. Coming in 6th place, we'll win this award eventually, I promise you. Unfortunately, nobody in the Offensive Player of the Year race, although Jordan Tyson from my Titans is. So, hopefully this happens in real life. That'd make me happy. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby, Trayvon Walker robbed. Now, Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jordan Tyson, man. He literally had 3 of the top 5, but can't win it. I gotta check his numbers and see what he did. Why it's so crazy. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Peter Woods. We had Daniel come down in 9th. I mean, I guess that's fair. That's pretty wild numbers from a rookie. Now, more important business to take care of. Lenora Sellers, his overall all the way up to an 84. Why are you backwards, buddy? Apparently, Lenoris does not want to be on camera. But regardless if you're ashamed or not of your face being seen in a Browns uniform, proud of you going up from a 72 to 84 overall in just 1 season. That's phenomenal work. Keep in mind, brother, he is only 21 years old, so I fully expect this guy to be our starter for this entire rebuild. Now, other players of note, Judkins up to an 89, Judy up to an 87, Mekhi Lemon up to an 83, Kevin Conception up to a 79, so we already almost have 3 receivers in the 80s, even Nick Harbor up to a 78. Young offensive line, slowly but surely progressing, got 2 of them almost in the 80s. Really glad we were able to trade for Jackson, even though it took, a good quarterback we probably could have got better for, but I mean, he's only 23, so he's another guy that could be here the next 10 years. Now, defensively, shocked that Trayvon's only an 87. Surely thought he was going to be in the 90s. Got Dallas Turner almost into the 90s. He's going to be here at least another 5 seasons. We'll probably eventually take over as our cornerback number 1 whenever Denzel Ward retires. Daniel up to an 82. JOK 88. Swinesinger also an 88. It's like, dude, this team is coming in as an 88 overall, 85 offense, 92 defense. Like, I know we're really young, and I know we should be here, but in terms of talent, brother, I would not be shocked if we surprised a few people and just went ahead and made the Super Bowl this year. I mean, it's always tough, traveling to Buffalo to take down Josh Allen and the Bills, but like we beat them last year when our team was even worse. Come on, Lenoris, let's get this bread, brother. We won 35-17. That is insane. Oh my God. Are we actually going to do it? And we still have 2 more wins to get to the Super Bowl, but pretty proud that we didn't get first rounded. Ended up beating the Bills. I mean, it wasn't even close, dude. 35-17. We outgained them by 100 yards. Our defense limited them to literally nothing. Lenore Sellers outplayed Josh Allen as a 21-year-old, by the way, on the ground. Judkins, great game. Outgained James Cook. Through the air, Harold Fannin has been a little quiet the first 2 years, but comes up big when we need him the most. Look at the rookie, dude. And talk about players coming out of nowhere. Mike Hall, by the way, D-tackle number 2 for us, who in his 3rd year is up to, I think, an 83 overall. 3 sacks, playing the best game of his life at a really good time. Now, can we do it again, once again, away from home against the Broncos? I mean, I feel like if we beat the Bills, we can also beat the Broncos. I just want to see if we played them in the regular season, which we unfortunately did not. It always makes me feel better when we play the team in the regular season, because I get a little gist of, what could potentially happen. But let's see, brother. Can we do it again and advance into the AFC Championship in literally just 2 seasons? Come on. Well, I mean, at this point, I would be disappointed. I'm happy that we got here overall, but at the end of the day, we won 34-0. We won 34-0, and all we have to beat now is the 8-9 Houston Texans to advance into the Super Bowl. If we beat 2 teams like a drum away from home and lose to the 8-9 Texans, I am going to be irate. No chance, right? What in the world is happening right now? 2 beat down performances away from home. We actually get a home game against the Texans. This is crazy work. Outgained them by almost 200 yards. Lenore Sellers, he's the best quarterback of all time already. He's not even played like 20 games total. Judkins, another phenomenal performance. We're not allowing other teams to run the ball at all. Now through the air, KC Conception coming up big. Jerry Jeudy coming up big. Brother, like we really might be making the Super Bowl way ahead of schedule. And I don't know what to tell you. I'm just rebuilding the team like I normally would. And like, if we're being completely honest too, man, we're good. Like, we're an 88 overall already. We drafted good in some of the trades. We picked up good players to help the team. But like, although I didn't expect it going into the year, I will gladly take it at this point. And honestly, we'll be very, very disappointed as we're going to go ahead and simulate straight to the Super Bowl. What are the odds? What are the odds, my friends? Oh my god, we actually did it. What in the world? What in the world is going on right now, dude? We have to play the 16-1 Buccaneers, by the way, so, like, our luck might be over with. But, dude, never in a million years did I expect to go on this run. Literally not one of these games were less than 11 points. We won every game by 11 points or more. I mean, that's an average, like, win margin of, what, 20 points? Okay, first game where Lenore Sellers kind of stunk it up a little bit. 2 picks, but outside of that, man, did enough to win. I mean, we won by 11 points. What am I talking about? Judkins, though, carried us. Literally, we have been great. Our run defense has been phenomenal. I don't think one single running back this playoff run got more than 50 yards on the ground against us. Through the air, Jerry Jeudy, second straight game with 2 touchdown grabs. KC Conception's been great. Harold Fannin, another big game. But the big question now, fellas, is will the Mickey Mouse run continue for us to beat the 16-1 Bucks? And they were literally just 3 points away from going undefeated, man, which is insane. Oh, wow, they already beat us. They beat us in Cleveland week 12. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Wish I didn't check. I mean, it was a pretty even game yardage-wise. Baker just kind of balled out. Lenore's did his thing. We couldn't run the ball. So, Judkins, this is the key. If Judkins can have a relatively big game, we are going to be crowned Super Bowl champions in just our 2nd season. Now, I know we are way ahead of schedule, but brother, if we make it this far and lose, I'm going to cry. So here we have it, the click of a button that will determine all. They get the ball first. We got to stop. 7-0, boys. It is 7-0. The Bucks did tie it up, though. We take the lead going into halftime. And fellas, it is, oh my, we did it. We did it in just 2 seasons. We take down Goliath. 16-1 Bucks are not Super Bowl champions. Your 9-8 Browns are. Led by a rookie quarterback. Led by 3 rookie receivers. Led by, 3 rookie offensive linemen? Brother, we might be in the midst of a dynasty creation. If we are already winning the Super Bowl with so many young players on rookie contracts, I'm not kidding you when I say we could win freaking 5 Super Bowls in a row at this point. Soak it in, Cleveland. Your first Super Bowl in franchise history. But the one thing at this point that I can promise you is not going to be the last. Hope not, anyway. The rookie quarterback in the Super Bowl. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. On the ground, okay, I lied. I said Judkins would have to have a big game for us to win, and he put up a stinker. Nobody really even stood out through the air outside of Ibuka, but brother, we did what we had to do. Our defense got the stops when they needed to, and we've officially already done the impossible. But again, fellas, our decade-long journey today is just getting started. What a sight, boys. What a sight. Now, what I'm most excited about for the future is once we advance past this Super Bowl win, I want to see if anybody's dev trait went up, because normally when you win a Super Bowl, that's when it happens. And now I think it's literally the exact same. We won the Super Bowl and everybody stayed star. But if we can win the Super Bowl when everybody on our offense is a star, imagine when we gain a superstar. Okay, I actually did have some movement. It all came on defense as Trayvon Walker, after his incredible season, is now a superstar, as is Carson. So you just give us another offseason, brother, and I'm telling you, we are going to be cooking. And don't forget, in the upcoming draft, boys, we have 2 first-round picks. It looks like the Rams pick that we did have, they finished with the 12th pick, so that's always great. Basically, won the Super Bowl, still getting a top 10 pick, and obviously also going to be getting the last pick in the first round, which maybe we do go tight end since Harold Fannon's been a little underwhelming. Honestly, don't even know what to go at this point. I think we still need some offensive line help. But honestly, I think we're at the point after winning the Super Bowl, we just go best player available. Now, the scary thing for other teams out there is the fact that we have $80 million to spend. Now, we are, again, only allowed to sign 5 free agents, and I don't even know if there's going to be any out there that's worth it. Oh my God, there is. But I told what I do here. It's Aiden Hutchinson, man. Oh, I don't know what to do, brother. I do actually. Oh, I just thought of something very controversial. Aiden Hutchinson is only 27 years old. Keep that in mind. He could be a star 99 overall for us the next 5 years. Now, what I am thinking, this is crazy. Browns fans are going to kill me for this. What if we sign Aiden Hutchinson and go ahead and trade away Myles Garrett and get an insane return for him? Because he's 31, but still a 99 overall. But every year from now on, he's going to go down a little bit more, and eventually retire. So maybe Aiden Hutchinson could be his replacement, and we get some, I mean, I can't even imagine the return we get for Myles Garrett. Now, what is his contract situation? He still has, 4 years left on his contract. He's only worth like $20 million, $30 million worth of cap hit right now. But if we go ahead and get rid of him, take on that penalty, and free up more money the next season, I am telling you, I feel like that's the right decision. I say all that when we got to land Aiden Hutchinson first. So let's lock him down for 5 years, give him the money that he wants. When we're currently tied with the Saints and Cardinals, might actually up my offer a little bit and see if we can get ahead of those teams and make sure we lock them down. So like I said, we got the money to do so right now. There it is, brother. Are we really about to bring in Aiden freaking Hutchinson? Now, also, I could bring in Brian O'Neill. We need help at right tackle. He's an 88 overall. We also could potentially ship on Jack Conklin at the same time as we ship on Myles Garrett and maybe get even more in return. But I don't feel like it'd be a bad idea for him to be our starter at right tackle the next 2 seasons. So let's go ahead and make him an offer, which we're tied with the Chargers. I actually really desperately want him since he does have a lot of interest in joining. So let's go ahead, send him a little bit of a better offer, and we are still tied. Goodness, we can't freaking pass the Chargers. Now, at this point, fellas, the problem is I don't have the money after those 2 offers to really sign anybody else. I don't have to sign 5 free agents every offseason. Let's see if we can land these 2 guys, man. And if we land these 2 guys, that's a phenomenal free agency right then and there. All right, brother, here goes nothing. They both decided one way or another, and I got them both. That's insane, dude. Oh, we literally are about to be trading away Myles Garrett, but I think it's a long-term best play, boys. Now time for the draft, fellas, to make our team even better, which the latest mock draft has us going with the cornerback again. I know it's crazy to already say this, but I feel like we have the luxury of just taking best player available at that point. Probably an offensive lineman is preferred since we need somebody to take over eventually from the right tackle we just signed. If there's a D tackle I think's the best, I'll take him gladly. There are 2 pretty talented offensive linemen here. Let's take a look at Brian Mitchell out of Louisville. A decent combine, has some incredible skills. Oh, I might do it. I might do it off the rip, brother. Brian Mitchell, you hopefully are going to be a long-term starter at a right tackle, and he comes in as the 8th best player. Got him at 12. An absolute banger. Comes in hidden dev. What a stud. I'm glad we made that count because keep in mind again, fellas, I'm only allowed 1 draft pick myself the entire class, and from now on, it's going to be the CPU. The reason I do that is because I feel like I play this game so much, I know who is and who isn't good in the draft classes, so I leave it up to the CPU so I can only make 1 pick, so I don't put together too overpowered of a team. Let's see how I and the CPU did as a collective unit. We went out, got a 77 overall, got a good right guard at the end of the first round, I'm not gonna lie though, rest of the draft sucked. All those extra draft picks that we got didn't count for nothing. Oh, man. We literally got a 62 overall edge in the third round. At least we got a good corner in the third. I was really hoping all those extra picks that we accumulated would have turned into something a little bit better than this. But as we head into our third season, it's time to do something crazy. Now, the big question is if we are trading away Myles Garrett, where else do we need help at? Honestly, Sam linebacker, maybe strong safety, maybe a younger stud strong safety. Probably another cornerback if possible because Denzel Ward eventually is going to go down in overall. He just lost his superstar last offseason. Why does his teeth look so fake? And honestly, offensively, if we could get an already proven, I don't know, all-pro offensive lineman, that would be great. Maybe an all-pro tight end because Harold Fan has been, his development's been a little slow. But I honestly expect to get the motherload offer, dude. It's Myles Garrett. Why is everybody backwards? It's just so funny because, like, how does Madden update the game? How does Madden come out with an update? And one of the things that happen in the update is in the player profile screen, the players turn around. Like, I just don't know how that happens. But here we are for Myles Garrett alone. Ooh, I just got to thinking, though, unfortunately, there's probably not going to be a lot of teams that actually can afford him. As you get later and later in franchise mode, you have teams like the Chiefs that just have negative cap space. Let's see, though. The first offer, we get T. Higgins in a first from the Bengals. I feel like we can do better than that. Khalil Shakir in a second. I feel like we can do better than this. Drake London's kind of crazy because he's still only 26 years old in his prime. Garrett Wilson in a third. I honestly feel like we can just do so much better. Will Campbell in a first. Maybe we can get Will Campbell and some of the other better players off the Patriots. Now, what if we also threw in Jack Conklin, which we talked about because he's on the last year of his deal? And I guess while we're here, see if there's anybody else we can trade away. Maybe Willie Gay. Let the young guys play. And I did all that to pretty much get like the same offers. CeeDee Lamb is crazy. But like the thing is, again, if I'm trading for somebody here, I'd rather it be somebody a little bit younger. But some of these offers are wild. Like look at this one from the Patriots. Will Campbell and Milton Williams. Ashton Jeanty from the Raiders is wild. But again, you're not trading Myles Garrett for a running back. You wouldn't trade Myles Garrett for the best running back in NFL history. Derek Stingley, Jeff Simmons. Oh, this is a tough one, fellas. Interesting. What if we could get Christian Gonzalez and Will Campbell? Is that a thing? This would be absolute insanity. I'm going to send it through, and it was declined. It's pretty close. I feel like I want to do this, but I also don't want to be dumb. About the Chargers, we go after Joe Alt and probably a lot more. What if we get Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater in the same exact trade? How crazy would that be? While we're at it, go ahead and lock another first-round pick, and why not see if we can squeeze another player out of it? Lad McConkey, why not? Let's just try, see what they say. It's actually a lot closer than what I thought, dude. Imagine we could literally land two of the best tackles in the National Football League in one trade. Let's take out McConkey because we don't necessarily need him. Maybe get Njoku back. It's in the green, so maybe we just need to take that player out. I mean, I wouldn't mind Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater, and another first-round pick for Myles Garrett. This could be our two right tackles for at least the next 5 years. Submit this bad boy through. Ooh, I'm going to make this work one way or another, fellas. I would trade away all of our late picks for this year. That will give us 3 first-rounders. Submit it through. Got a little closer. How about like a 4th-round pick all the way in 2030? Trade got even closer. How about we make it 3 future 4th-round picks? Even closer? How about we make it a future 3 and 4? Call it even. God, that'll be it, right? Surely. That's crazy. And there it is, the trade of the freaking century. We ship on Myles Garrett. Also acquire a first-round pick. Also had to ship on Conklin, Willie Gay, 2 future 3rds, and a 7th. As we get our 2 tackles of the future, a first-rounder, and a 6. What in the world just happened? Now, my crazy question is, like, what do we do with O'Neal now? What sucks is I can't trade him away because we already used up our 1 trade of the season. I know he's 6'7", but we could, like, yes, this is Madden. We can convert him over to center, maybe guard this season. 90 overall center, by the way. This is crazy, brother. We have a 90 overall team with half our team being in their 2nd year. I have no idea what's really going on right now, but I'm happy. So I think it's safe to say that we are now ready to defend our title. Now we have have some big players like Joe Alt that we just traded for who have 1 year left in their contract. So we're going to go ahead and simulate again the trade deadline, see what's going on there, see if we're having a good season, maybe see if we're having a Super Bowl hangover. At the same time, see if we can lock down Joe Alt long term. Would suck trading Myles Garrett for him and then just leaving at the end of the season. Buddy, we are 6-1. Our only loss coming to the Bengals in week 5. Don't mind, having a top 10 offensive attack. Defensively, we're 12th. Safe to say that over the offseason, Lenore's learned how to protect the football, just a singular pick at the halfway point. Judkins' decent year so far. Honestly, I feel like we can do better from him. He can definitely average more than 4 yards per carry behind the offensive line that we have now. Oh, look at Nick Harper getting some playing time. That's weird. He apparently is starting to get playing time over Conception. Aiden Hutchinson, Trayvon Walker, 6 sacks at the deadline. Exactly why we signed him. And we got quite a few contracts to look at, which we have Joe Alt, obviously, JOK, Mike Hall, Jerry Jeudy, Denzel Ward. Oh, God, it's going to be a disaster. I mean, we have $59 million to work with. I just don't know if that's enough to re-sign all these guys. I'm probably gonna have to start picking and choosing at this point. And picking and choosing, I might wait until the offseason to re-sign Denzel Ward because he's probably gonna go down in overall since he's over 30, which means I could get him for cheaper. So wait on him. I absolutely have got to lock down Joe Alt. No question about it. 7-year deal, brother. You're staying here forever. Come on, accept it, please. God. But can we go ahead and lock in JOK? He's one of the best will linebackers in the league, dude. Have got to bring him back on a 5-year deal. I'll offer exactly what he's asking for, and he's the same answer. Which, can I go ahead and bring Mike Hall back? What do you mean? I can't stand this game. I don't have the salary cap, although it says I do. 6-year deal instead. There we go. Got one guy to re-sign, but now, unfortunately, I can't afford anybody else because these offers are still out there. That means I might actually end up losing both these guys. I can always restructure contracts in the offseason, and it does kind of suck because they both are interested, which means they'd probably sign for cheaper. But when you just have so many good players, you're not going to be able to re-sign all of them. So honestly, I'd probably rather bring back Jerry Jeudy than Denzel Ward because it's just so much easier to draft good cornerbacks. Let's advance to next week, though, try to lock those 2 guys up, which we lost, unfortunately. How about this week, Joseph? I'll up the offer a little bit. Come on! Jeremiah, can you please? It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. Well, I guess we'll have to try again next week. At least we won. Come on, Joe. I don't have a lot more money to spend on you. He says the offer's starting to get real tempting. Hopefully, Jeremiah will say the same, which he finally accepts his offer. Means now he's got to get in Joe's head, get him to lock down. I still hope those signings don't mean that we missed out on both Jerry and Denzel. Maybe 3rd time is a charm, Joseph. I'd sign today if there's some way to improve how this team aligns with my interests. Why is Joseph being so complicated? It's like the one guy I've absolutely got to lock down. Or like trading away Myles Garrett would seem kind of silly. Oh, that's actually funny. We lost the Myles Garrett Bowl. Oh, God, what happened? Please don't tell me he had 1,000,000 sacks. I'll probably cry. Okay, he had one little measly sack. Woohoo. More concerned about locking the guy up that we traded him away for. Joseph actually begged. Oh, that's sickening. Oh, it's so sickening. Now, the problem is that means I am going to have to franchise tag him. So that's the deal. I'm going to have to franchise tag Joe Alt. But what I can do is go ahead and lock in Jerry Jeudy. As long as I have a little bit of money left over, that does mean I should be able to still lock in Joe Alt on a franchise tag. It'll put me in negative cap space. I wouldn't be able to sign any free agents, but screw signing free agents. I need Joe Alt. Now, Jerry here, honestly, I don't want to lock him up for more than 2 years, probably. So let's see if he'll accept a 2-year offer, which he does. And again, Denzel, we can come back after later, which I can't even afford him right now, but I think he should be cheaper in the offseason because he'll probably go down from like a 92 to like a 90. So we'll have to tackle this beast when we can at the end of the offseason. Hopefully the franchise tag won't be a problem. With that, let's go ahead and simulate to the end of this season, see if we can finish strong, hopefully not lose another game, and see if we can win ourselves our 2nd Super Bowl in 2 seasons. Hey, 12-5, not too shabby. Eventually, we'll be like the Jets, though, and earn a 1st round bye, but hey, we'll take the 2 seed for now. Finish with a top 10 offense, defense 7. Lenore Sellers, you beautiful human, and the crazy thing is he's slowly but surely going to get better and better. 4 interceptions, 69% completion percentage, 37 tutties, 4,200 yards. Surely he's over a 90 overall. We'll check in a minute now. Rushing, Judkins, took a little bit of a step backwards, which is crazy considering we have a much better offensive line. Through the air, Jerry Jeudy still putting up great numbers, as did Lemon, 1,000 yards. Harold Faden, best year yet. Nick Harbor, Conception splitting a little playing time, like to see it. And defensively, gotta say, man, Trayvon Walker keeps leading the attack. But Aiden Hutchinson, though, gotta keep in mind, I think Myles Garrett had 13.5 sacks last year, so a little bit of an improvement. I do have to see, though, how'd he do with the Chargers? He put up... Let's pretend we didn't see that. Josh Allen MVP, but Sellers does come top 4. I'm telling you, by the end of the day, he is going to win one. Look at Mendoza coming in 7th. Hopefully, he's not a high overall. I'm hoping we picked the right quarterback in Sellers. Still can't believe I haven't won a Coach of the Year. Sellers 4th in Offensive Player of the Year voting. Defensive Player of the Year goes to the guy that won't be named. Let's see, though. Sellers now up to a 91 overall as a 22-year-old. He's probably, at this trajectory, if he can become a superstar or an X Factor, going to hit 99 by the time he's like 25, which is just nuts. Now, if you take the entire team into account, we are up to a 93 overall squad, 93 offense, 95 defense. Like, you really can't get much better than that. Dude, Aiden Hutchinson's at the point where he can't even apply his upgrades anymore because he's a 99 everything. Trayvon Walker now a 90. You love to see that. Hopefully, by the end of the day, he maybe could hit 99 too. Imagine we had 2 edge rushers, both at 99. But now time to lock in, brethren. Can we do it? Can we go back to back? Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't even think about the fact the Jets have the 1 seed, and if I'm not mistaken, they had the 2nd pick in that first draft, and their quarterback is Dante Moore, who obviously has been pretty good. He's a superstar, but less overall than Lenoris. All right, here we go, brother. Lock in. Gonna simulate straight to the Super Bowl, and hope to God we're in it. I have a bad feeling, though, and that bad feeling is correct. No Super Bowl here in year number 3. We ended up getting beat by the Bills round 2. Oh, it's unfortunate, I must say, fellas, as Lenoris with a stinker. We ran the ball all right. I think they got revenge, though. The Bills, we beat them last year, first round, when we probably shouldn't have, so they came in this game motivated, and unfortunately, Lenoris had one of the worst games we've ever seen from him. Which, the good news, though, is that somehow in the midst of all that, Lenoris did jump up to superstar. Also had Harold Faden now up to an 85 overall superstar. Any changes defensively? Hey, I think Turner now is up to superstar, as is Tyson Campbell, oddly enough. But some of those players could increase even more after this Super Bowl week. I guess it doesn't hurt, as bad when you end up getting knocked out in the playoffs by the eventual Super Bowl champion. I mean, it could be worse. You could be the Bucks losing 2 in a row. Any further dead trade increases? I mean, our backup Cruz, he's now an 83 overall superstar. He's like hardly even getting playing time. How can you be an 83 overall right guard, but a 76 overall left guard? That doesn't make any sense. I also have Mitchell, the backup tackle, as an 83 overall superstar as well. So there's a lot of decisions to be made. Like, if Joe Alt gets franchise tagged and we bring him back next year, maybe I just trade him away, man. Maybe I just trade him away and let the young guys play. A lot's about to happen here, fellas, this following week, as we have to see if we can franchise tag Joseph. As mentioned, we have some tough decisions here. First of all, Mason Graham absolutely have got to accept his 5th-year option. And that's just another guy we're going to have to end up paying, unfortunately. Denzel Ward, again, like I said, I want to re-sign him. What I probably should do, actually, is re-sign him first. Yeah, let's go ahead and re-sign him to a 1-year contract, which he should accept. Oh, wow. That definitely threw me for a loop, so that's a little depressing. Man, why would he leave? He's interested. I gave him the deal he wanted and everything. Oh, well. I mean, I'd rather lose him than Joe Alt, so we will go ahead and franchise Joe, which is only actually a $20 million salary a year. It's actually cheaper than what it would cost to actually re-sign him. So maybe I should just franchise tag him every year, get him for cheaper. That leaves us $24 million to spend in free agency, so maybe I could still re-sign Denzel Ward. But honestly, I think I'm just let the rest of these guys walk. God, there are some crazy free agents this season, fellas. Denzel Ward, or do I get Cooper DeJean? It's just like, is he worth it, though? Because it would cost $20 million a season towards our cap hit. We have other guys that we have to re-sign. Or do I just try and bring Denzel Ward back? Which, oh my God, it's going to be a $22 million cap hit. I mean, obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs would be fantastic, but and I can't actually afford them, but we have Judkins. Let's just do what we plan to do in the first place and just re-sign Denzel Ward on a 1-year contract. And hey, dude, if we end up drafting a good corner, maybe we go ahead and trade him away. Let's just give him exactly what he's asking for. Maybe, you know, he just wanted more money. That's all we're going to be able to afford, so I guess I'll just go ahead and evaluate the offer, which he does make us do it the hard way, but he does re-sign to come back for at least 1 more season. Gibbs goes to the Saints, McKinney to the Patriots, Vita Vea to the Raiders. I mean, Cooper DeZean still hasn't signed either. Like, I hope it wasn't a mistake not going after him. Which takes us right back to the draft. I didn't even think about it. We end up with the 16th, 23rd, and 25th pick, which it does actually have us going cornerback in the mock draft, as in our next pick has us going D tackle, and hold on. Hold the phone. If you guys have watched the channel, if you guys have watched Bingle, we all know if you see a strong safety from USC that's archetype is run support, he's probably a generational player. I'm being so serious when I say, like, he's probably, he's an 85, 86, 87. Maybe I've seen him as high as 88 or 89. I got to take this guy one way or another. I also do need cornerback pretty badly if I'm going to eventually trade away Denzel Ward. But the thing is, though, I only get 1 pick. That's tough. So, it's tough because, again, as you see, the mock draft has us going with that strong safety. But again, though, the mock draft isn't always 100% accurate. I mean, if I know that strong safety is like an 85 rated, I'd be dumb not to take him with 16 if he's still there, right? Let's do it, man. Let's lock in as we advance to our first pick in the 2028 NFL draft. And it looks like that strong safety, I do not believe, was selected. I think it followed the mock draft to absolute perfection. And again, like, do I go corner and just hope that the CPU drafts that strong safety? I don't think it's worth it. If you know a generational player is just sitting there, you got to do it. Josh Harden out of USC is going to be the selection, and I already know, I'm calling it right now. #1 ranked player in the entire draft. Got him at 16. He just doesn't look like a strong safety. He's kind of thick. But hey, brother, don't care what your body fat percentage is as long as you can play ball. Excited to see how high of an overall he is. Again, like, he can be an 85. He could be an 89. Maybe an 83. Who knows? But we're going to go ahead, simulate the rest of the draft. Does suck knowing I can't make these picks in the first round. Maybe I make the rule in future videos like this, the 10-year rebuilds, where we can control all the first round picks. But in the meantime, we gotta simulate the end of the draft and hope the CPU doesn't draft a bunch of busts in the first round, because we need cheap players, man. We need cheap players, good players on rookie contracts, because again, we're not gonna be able to re-sign everybody. Come on, give me at least an 85 overall strong safety. It gave me an 86. We get 86 rated Joshua Harden. That's just crazy, man. He's going to start for us day 1. Unfortunately, though, we did not get another cornerback. We went D tackle, we went right guard. Rest of the draft was horrendous outside of this wide receiver. Oh, there was an 81 cornerback, there was a 79 cornerback. But at the end of the day, though, there wasn't really a cornerback that we passed up on, I guess, with one of those first round picks. I guess they were all gone. There was a good one in the 3rd round. But dude, you can't be mad at this draft class at all. So into year 4 with a lot of tough decisions to be made. Like, I'm wondering, do we just go ahead and trade away Brian O'Neill, let one of the young guys play? Also, do we just go ahead and trade away Denzel Ward? And obviously, I think we need to go ahead and get rid of Grant Delpit because he is not going to be starting. But regardless of what ends up happening with our one trade this season, we're a 93 overall team, man. We're not going to get worse from this trade. So at the end of the day, we still should be competing for our 2nd Super Bowl this year. And it is important that we try our best to win our 2nd Super Bowl, because keep in mind, it's 2028. This is year 4. Next year is my last year contributing to this rebuild, and it's all up to the CPU. So this season and next season is all about setting this team up long term for the best chance at success. So even if I don't reach the goal of 3 Super Bowl wins, the computer can give it their all. But again, it's a smart thing, getting rid of Denzel Ward. Like I said, got to get rid of Grant Delpit, who is on a 3-year contract. So probably it'll take a little bit of a cap penalty, but it won't be that bad. Like I said, go ahead and get rid of Brian O'Neill too, which I guess he is only on a 1-year contract. So the thing is, we're not going to re-sign him. He's not going to hurt us for next year when we're trying to re-sign players with that salary cap. But if I want one of the young guys to go ahead and get some playing time so they can increase in overall, might as well try to get some decent value for them. I mean, I feel like this should muster up a pretty solid offer from somebody. Okay, superstar X Factor Peter Woods from the Raiders, and then Eric McCoy from the Saints. That's it. I'm wondering if there's not a lot of teams out there that can afford those 3 guys, but apparently the Raiders can. Now, apparently the Panthers can, which they do have J.C. Horn, but J.C. Horn's cap hits $28 million. I'm not doing that. I mean, imagine I just took Ashton Genty. Imagine I just go ahead and do that. How crazy. How freaking crazy. What about Brock Bowers? Oh, he's on a 1-year deal. I'd have to re-sign him. Ooh, now Kool-Aid McKinstry is a cornerback I wouldn't mind. He's only 25. He's 88 overall, and he's actually on a really good contract. Like $15 million is his max cap hit the next 5 years, so maybe we could trade for him. And who else? Maybe this Steven Jackson fella, and if we traded for him, maybe we could just let Mason Graham walk, since he's probably going to cost like $40 million a season. So let's just see. Let's see what happens here. Oh, God. Not even freaking close. So what if I just did this? Denzel Ward, Grant Delpit for Kool-Aid McKinstry. And if anything, it's basically giving us a relatively cheap cornerback for, you know, how good he is and how good he's going to get. I just don't know, though, if actually will be accepted. It is so close. You know what? Let's go get rid of the Browns owner's grandson, Howie Haslam, going the other way. Kool-Aid McKinstry is officially the newest member of the Cleveland Browns. We've got to take advantage of this talent this season, man. Like, it's just such a good team. I actually didn't even end up getting rid of O'Neal. Didn't have to, because in a 1-year deal, it's not going to hurt us in contract negotiations because the salary cap's not counting towards next year. Just such a good team, dude. They're a freaking 93 overall across the board in terms of talent. That'd be the best team in the National Football League. Again, it's just like how much talent will we be able to keep, because players like the Norris Sellers, like there's our quarterback still on a rookie contract. Eventually, he's going to ask for freaking $500 million, and we're not going to be able to afford anybody else. So I say that to say we have got to take advantage of the players we have in this team while we can. With that said, let's advance this bad boy to the midway point of this season and hope to God we're undefeated. If anything, 1 or 2 losses at the maximum. Okay, 5-2, not the worst thing in the world. Hopefully, we'll have the same record as the Eagles next week. Oh God, 10 players we have to negotiate with. Joel, obviously. Oh God, Carson Schweinsteiger. We got to keep him. He's 25 and a 92. And Judkins. Oh, God. Which he's actually not asking for too much as a 94 overall. So maybe, just maybe, we can find a way to make this work. Unfortunately, we won't have the luxury of re-signing Sampson as the backup. I think we still have Algier anyway. Oh, not just kidding. Lied. Not going to be able to bring back O'Neal, which is fine. We have young guys waiting in the wings. Shador Sanders. Sorry, buddy. All the fans right now watching this video are going to riot. But kick rocks, pal. And see, we are at the point, man, where we have to accept a 5th-year option for Sellers. It's going to be worth $69 million. So I'm telling you, we're going to be in cap hell soon. Oh, I didn't even think about either. All of these guys, all the freaking guys that we signed, their 5th-year options, they're going to be so expensive. By the time, I'm telling you, we're gonna be negative $100 million in cap space. Let's just see what to do here, man. Like, I'm wondering if it's worth it just to kick the can down the road and re-sign Schweinsteiger and Judkins long-term, so we have a running back and middle linebacker for the entire rebuild. And at the same time, like, just keep franchise tagging Joe Alt, because I'd rather give him $20 million a year and a franchise tag than, like, what, the $30 million cap hit a year he's asking for? I mean, I guess I'll try. I'll give him the base offer. I'm not going to be ridiculous like last year, which, again, dude, he's just being dumb. Which, gosh, dang it, now I can't afford Schweinsteiger. I can't afford an option on Judkins, though. It's crazy, dude. A 94 overall running back, the cap hit's only going to be $10 million a season. I'm actually going to give him a 6-year deal. 6-year deal, see if he'll accept, and he doesn't. So, unfortunately, a very, very, very unsuccessful first week of contract negotiations as we advance, and hopefully make me feel better. We beat the Eagles, advance to 6-2. Yes. Let's try this again, fellas. Up the money just a little bit, Joseph. Nothing crazy. Why? Just lock it in one time. Just 1 week, I need you to say yes. What about our pal Quinshawn? I'll up it a little bit. And same answer. Not doing this over and over, Joseph. Just lock it in, bro. Lock it in. Why do you have to be so complicated? Now, Judkins, pal. Can't go much higher. Already overpaying you. Send it through. thank God something successful happened. I'm mad. Not too happy because, oh, what do you know? Once again, lost last week. At least we demolished the Bengals. Joseph, brother, please. I'll up it just a little bit more. That's it. That's all you're getting. If Joe Alt has haters, I'm one of them. Guess now that means we just spend the money locking in Carson here because the higher his overall gets, the more expensive he's going to be. I'll actually lock you in, pal, for 7 years. I don't think he's going to reject this, though. I think I actually can get away with a little bit cheaper of an offer since he is interested in joining us, which he accepts. So now time to advance to the playoffs. First, I want to see, do we have the 1 seed? Yes, we do. Currently have the 1 seed by a half a game. So let's finish off strong here and get our first 1 seed ever. And would you look at that? Spoken into existence, fellas. We are the owner of the AFC 1 seed. Had a little stinker against my Titans week 4, which I don't know how that happens, with the offense that we have. Then lost to the Steelers by 3, Commanders by 6, and then lost never again. Ooh, the scenes. Number 1 offense in the National Football League, while our defense was number 2. Lenore Sellers doing Lenore Seller things like, what can I say? 4,800 yards, 39 touchdowns. I think it's safe to say we made the right pick. Judkins with his best season of his career, by far. Almost averaged 5 yards per carry. I am so glad we locked him up while we could. Probably would be asking for $20 million a season if we waited till now. Now through the air, Lemon with his best season ever. Now again, it's like I have to pay him and Sellers at the same time. I don't know how I'm going to do it, which I might be able to do it because I think Judy's contract expires in a couple seasons, but I feel like Lemon's going to ask for more money than Judy. Another good season from Conception, another good season from Harold, another great season from Trayvon and Aiden Hutchinson, although I think it's crazy that Trayvon Walker is getting more sacks than Hutchinson. I got to check though. Ooh, I told you I made the right decision. Because if you look here, okay, he's still a 98. Now, I told you so, brethren. MVP, Lenora Sellers. I didn't think it would be so soon, but here you go. Next season wins the MVP. Don't know why the background is black, but hey, sometimes you get something new every day in the Madden scene. Oh, Coach of the Year. I knew it was coming as well. Did we get any other awards? Didn't get Offensive Player of the Year, nor did we get Defensive Player of the Year. Who cares, though? We got MVP. At this point, brother, let's advance into the divisional round and hope to God, let's say we get the 7 seed. The Jags, who are, in fact, the 7 seed. Yo! Which at this point in time, brother, the team comes into the divisional round as a 96 overall across the board. There's no shot that we don't win the Super Bowl this year. Speaking it into existence, we have a 95 overall quarterback, 96 overall running back. The average overall of our offensive line is like 92. And if we're being honest, have one of the best defenses ever assembled in NFL history. Literally, if you count defensive tackle number 2 as a starter, our lowest rated starter in this entire defense is an 88. And would you look at that strong safety that we drafted, brother. Josh Harden, already a 91 overall. I think he was the right decision. What a beast. Didn't really put up the numbers I anticipated, but hey, who cares? Don't know what the deal with the black background is, but hopefully it gives us some positive vibes. As what we are going to do, my friend, is go ahead and simulate all the way straight to the Super Bowl. All we need is 2 more wins, and we have made it back to our 2nd Super Bowl in 4 seasons. We've got to take advantage of it, man, before the CPU takes over. And there it is, as we're back for more and interesting storylines here, brother, because don't forget what happened. We traded the number 1 pick, and they took the quarterback that we wanted. So hopefully we don't let this absolute beast take us down in the Super Bowl, because I don't want to feel like I made the wrong decision. And I told you guys it was the wrong decision anyway, because they still have freaking Daniel Jones back there, costing like $50 million a season. I guess who cares? They're in the Super Bowl. The rest of the roster is pretty crazy, dude. Puka's a 99, of course. Jared Verse, almost a 99. That quarterback's almost a 99. Kyron's a beast. Kobe Turner's a beast. Omar Spite's over a 90, as is Cam Kitchens. Now, to get here, dude, we demolished the Jags by 30 points. Beat the Raiders by 17. Surely we're going to keep the hot streak up here, right? Oh, it's raining. It is raining in Tampa. Oh, here we go. For Super Bowl number 2. We give us 6 more seasons to win 1 more. This would be a great head start on things. At this point, I was hoping for just 1. We're going for 2, brother. Cannot let Fernando take us down. The almighty click of a button to determine this year's Super Bowl champion. 3-0. It's going to be ugly because it's in the rain. They go on the field, though. Score. We get it back. 17-7, 17-14. Oh, no. Tie game. Up by a touchdown. We're going to win once again. 24-17 as head coach of the Cleveland Browns. I am now perfect in Super Bowls. I am perfect in the sunshine. I am perfect in a dome. I am perfect in the rain. Doesn't matter. Any day, every day, I'll come to play. I will always be there as the head coach of this franchise to lead this once depressed fan base to more happy days as this officially confirms Super Bowl number 2. Gotta keep our foot on the gas though. Do have to say, both these quarterbacks played fantastic when you consider their rainy conditions. Neither team could run the ball, which is weird. It was pouring down rain, yet nobody went to the running game. Now through the air, Casey Conception, massive game. Elijah Moore, who would have thought? Fantastic performance. At least we were able to hold Puka though, and ultimately grab ourselves our second Super Bowl in 4 seasons. And let's hope, following another Super Bowl win, we get a few more X Factors on the squad. Actually, no. We need Sellers not to be an X Factor so he doesn't use that as leverage in contract negotiations. Let's see though, any X Factors? Yes, we did get a few. Lenore Sellers now an X Factor. Harold Fanon now an X Factor. Now had Judkins up to Superstar. Thank God we locked him down. Also have Makai Lemon up to a Superstar, which that's rough, not gonna lie. Because Sellers, Fannin, Lemon, all 3 players we're going to have to re-sign in the next couple seasons. And defensively, ooh, look at this Quincy fella. Who are you? Why in the world did you become an X Factor? And when did you become an X Factor? Have you been an X Factor this entire time? And Sellers is up to a 98 overall too, dude. That's just nuts. By the time he enters contract negotiations with yours truly, he's going to be a 99 overall, and I'm telling you, he's going to ask for like $500 million. And the thing is, too, though, with this team being a 96 overall, I just hope and pray we can keep as much of this core around as long as possible, especially at least for next season, because I really want to try and win our 3rd Super Bowl before it comes down to the computer. Because with everything I have done up to this point, like, if I only go into the 5th season with 2 Super Bowls and have to simulate 5 more years and they don't win one, that might be the end of my career. Now, what in the world do we do here? We can franchise tag Joe Alt. We have a ton of 5th-year options to pick up. Fortunately, Dylan Sampson, we're not going to be able to re-sign him. 88 rated backup. What a guy. You can go be a starter somewhere. You deserve it. You got 2 Super Bowl belts. Ty Algier, great job being a 3rd stringer. I don't know. I don't know if you played at all. Like I said, O'Neal, he's going to walk. Although he's not asking for too much, I'm not going to be able to afford it, though. Sanders is gone. I appreciate, your effort as the backup. Yeah, these guys can kick rocks. But first things first, Joe Alt is going to cost $24 million. Now, the thing is, could I actually go ahead and re-sign Brian O'Neill first? Nah, I can't afford it. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't be dumb. I can go ahead, just accept Joe Alt's 5th-year option one more time, which will probably be the last year I can do so, unfortunately. But if this is the last year Joe Alt gets franchise tagged and is a member of the Browns, at least we got a good 3 years out of him after trading away Myles Garrett. Now look at this, dude. For his 5th-year option, it is $81 million. That's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. An $81 million total, a $79 million signing bonus. Why? Why the 5th-year option so crazy? It was literally, when I saw it the first time, it popped up earlier this year, I swear it was like $60 million. I'm wondering, is it even worth it? Do I just why does he have no interest either? What's happening? Is it worth it rather to wait? Do I really give him freaking $80 million? Because that hits our cap. That was screw us. Same thing with Makai Lemon too. $40 million a year is crazy. It's going to be a $40 million a year cap hit. Caden Green, is it worth picking up his 5th-year option? $20 million. Hopefully that's not a mistake. Isaiah World, he can walk. He's never really even played for us. I'm not giving him $23 million. So this is kind of risky because this does mean I'm going to have to re-sign Lenoris after next season, which is going to be crazy because I hardly have any salary cap. I'm wondering if it's do I just go ahead and do it? Do I just go ahead and, I pressed it. I shouldn't probably have done that, but let's do it. Let's just do it and make sure we lock them in for another year, even if that means I don't get to re-sign anybody next year. Because I really think I just added $120 million to our 2030 cap. Oh God, at least we keep the squad together for another season. How did we just get $15 million? Where did that come from? I'm not complaining, we were negative. Maybe I can sign somebody actually. Honestly, I'm thinking long-term here. Because I think Casey Conception, Nick Harbor are both going to be free agents at the end of next season. And I'm definitely not going to be able to re-sign them if I have to re-sign Lenora Sellers and Makai Lemon. So I could go ahead and get the replacement here in Savion Williams, who, I mean, is relatively cheap for an 85 overall receiver. Just about $2 million a year cap hit. I'm going to offer him, see if I can land him, which, funny enough, we're actually his only offer, which now we still are his only offer. Can you just go ahead and accept, Savion? Goodness gracious, thank you. Goodness. And unfortunately, this is going to be the first time this entire rebuild where we only have one pick in the first round, and it's the very last pick. Now, just going Mike linebacker, which I just don't think we need. Here goes absolutely freaking nothing, fellas. Odds I can actually land a gem here at the end of the first round. Now, I'm trying to think in terms of positions that have players that I might not be able to re-sign next offseason. Like wide receiver, there's a bunch of receivers I'm not be able to re-sign. I might not even be able to re-sign Mekhi Lemon if I want to re-sign Lenore Sellers. So, should I go ahead and try to get a replacement? Maybe go ahead and trade away. I'm trying to think. Should I go ahead and trade away Jerry Jeudy to save money? Do I go tight end and get Harold Fanon's replacement? Because tight end is kind of a luxury position, and if I can't re-sign Harold Fanon and in turn can get a receiver or quarterback re-signed, I think I'll do it. Or do I go offensive tackle because I'm probably not going to be able to re-sign Joe Alt because for whatever reason he doesn't like me. I mean, Brennan Cook here could be a decent Joe Alt long-term replacement. Oh God, he has the bench press thing. Is he worth it? Is he worth it? Well, I don't know. Let's check out the tight end. Let's check out the receiver. We have Rodney Dupree here, who is ran a 4.240. He'd be a perfect Nick Harbor replacement, who I probably won't be able to re-sign. Now, he has some stinkers in there, that's for sure. How about the tight end position? Tay Henry looks pretty good. Although, I feel like the smart thing would be go receiver. If, like, I feel like they're the same par. Rodney Dupree with that speed, you know he's just got to be a beast. Because there's literally, I think, 4 receivers next year that are going to have their contracts expiring. And I got Savion Williams to replace one. I need somebody else to replace another. So, Rodney, I beg you, don't be a stinker. Don't be bad. He's not. 10 in true value. Got him at 32. I actually didn't think he was that good. I was just hoping he'd been like good value. Does have hidden development, 97 speed. I mean, he had some good attributes. He had a bunch of D's in there though. D catching wide receiver, and still comes in 10th best in the draft. Now we have got to hope, we have got to pray that the CPU drafts a rather good tackle and a rather good tight end. The first thing I see, I love. As we've drafted Ben Brockers as Mr. Irrelevant. Let's hope he's a stud. We end up, it's just so bad, dude. Why can't the CPU ever help me out? At least that wide receiver's good. But safe to say we didn't pick up a single other long-term starter. Oh, talk about potentially getting a Harold Fanon replacement. Got drafted a little bit too high for me, Mr. Daryl Black. Oh, that tight end was good. Oh, he's a 77. It's fine, though. It's fine. It's like our CPU could have got him. But instead picked who I think is going to end up our 5th string running back, who drafts a power running back out of Hawaii in the 2nd round. This is a big season, boys. As this is the last regular season and last off season I get to control. So really hoping go ahead and win a Super Bowl. We might have to take a few players who are on expiring contracts or have contracts a few years in the future, trade them away to save some cap space for the next few years, but can make sure we can re-sign our big guys like Lenore Sellers, like Mekhi Lemon. And one of those tough decisions I feel like I might need to make is old Jerry Jeudy here. I think he does have another year left on his contract, or this is actually his last year. What do we do? I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This is not what I want to do whatsoever, promise. But I feel like Mason Graham needs to be a cap casualty. We're not going to be able to re-sign him. We're not. And this is one of the positions where we have so much depth. We literally have a 3rd stringer with an X factor. I don't want to do it, but when you draft so well, you're not going to be able to re-sign everybody. You just can't do it. So Mason Graham might be a guy we need to go ahead and trade away while we can to get something big in return. And that's, I promise you, not going to be the last one. Again, I'm honestly thinking we just go ahead, get rid of Jerry Jeudy. I'm trying to decide, do I just go ahead and get rid of a Nick Harbor or a KC Conception and let this young guy play? Or do I get rid of one of these really good backup tackles, get something for them before they walk? Because I'm, again, not going to be able to give money to backups. I think the smarter thing would be probably just to go ahead and trade away one of these guys, make sure this youngster can get playing time. And again, they're quite a bit higher overall than those backup left tackles, so let's do it. KC Conception, you've been great for me. I wish I could sign you for forever, but you just can't do that. So the offers that we're getting, Roma Dunze, that'd be nice. I honestly feel like Josh Downs is an X factor, by the way. I feel like we probably should just get draft picks because we need cheap players. And everybody we're getting offered is on like 15, 16, $20 million contracts, and I just can't afford that. Well, the point of this is to save money in the future so we can re-sign our big guns. And there's only a handful of teams that can even afford these 3 guys without trading player in return. One of those is the Commanders. I feel like we can land something massive here, honestly. Like maybe a first and second from this year, maybe a first and second from next year. I genuinely don't know, but you might as well shoot for the stars while you can. Trade was accepted. I could have got more. Oh, I'm mad. I could have got more. I probably could have gotten at least an extra second. That's why you always add as much as possible. But hey, at the end of the day, let's calm down. Let's breathe. And yes, it hurts us a little bit for this year, but we weren't going to be able to bring these guys back anyway. And at the same time, we get 2 extra first and 2 extra seconds, where hopefully we can replace these fellas. I'm scared to see how much that brings down the team overall from a 96 all the way down to a 95. That's fine. I mean, I don't think it's out of the question that we have a team once again that should be competing for a Super Bowl. Take it in, breathe it in. The last time we get to simulate to mid-season today, because next time we simulate at the start of next season will be 5 years into the future. And I just really don't want to have to rely on today's challenge being completed by the CPU. I know we have built a super squad, but it very easily can fall apart fast because we're not going to be able to re-sign people. So, and like, I have to let the CPU do that. By the time we get to the 10th year, the North Sellers might not be here anywhere. It's just stressful. So that's why I want to just win it this year. Oh God, we're 3-4. What happened, dude? We're a 96 rated team. Why are we 3-4? Because we started the season 0-4. How does that even happen? Oh, I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Was this a mistake? I mean, we have the second best offense in the National Football League. Is it our defense that sucks? It is, dude. What a mistake it was trading away Mason Graham. He doesn't have a single sack on the year. We did fine. But Sellers looks like he's having the best season of his entire career. 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, just 2 picks on the ground. Judkins has been great. Honestly, one of the best decisions we made was give him a big contract extension. Through the air, Mekhi Lemon, potentially one of the last seasons as a Brown. 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. Nick Harbor's been great, getting more playing time. Savion Williams, decent signing. Fanon's look good. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that first-round rookie's even touched the freaking field. In defense, yeah, man, it looks like without Mason Graham plugging the middle, we're not getting as many sacks as normal. Oh, hopefully that wasn't a mistake. I mean, it was like, should I just stayed and tried to go all in this season? Like, kept those guys around and just lost them for nothing? I feel like getting extra first-round picks is worth it long-term. Now, this is always what scares me, boys. Oh, it's over. It is freaking over. Negative $70 million in salary cap. By the way, I'm going to lose Joe Alt. It's not a question. I'm going to lose Harold Fanon. It's not a question. I'm going to lose Nick Harbor, Parker Brailsford, Blake Miller. Oh my God, so much talent just gone like that. Oh, that 5th-year option being like $5 billion. I shouldn't have accepted it. Literally losing like all pro talent all over the field just like that. I wanted to keep Harold Fanon forever, man. You know what they really need to add to this stupid freaking game is the ability to extend somebody's contract before the last year of their contract. Like if I wanted to, I should have been able to extend Harold Fanon like 2 years into his contract or 3 years into his contract. I shouldn't have to wait the very last year because they're always going to be super high rated at that point. I got a good 3 years out of Joe Wall, and with the negative salary cap, I can't even do the franchise tag thing because it doesn't even let you like offer anything. Oh man, the rebuild begins. So I feel helpless right now. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to sign a single free agent. Let's just go ahead, sim to playoffs. Hopefully we have a better second half of the season, make the playoffs. Because if we miss the playoffs, dude, we might be screwed. We really might not be able to win another Super Bowl. Okay, thank God, 10-7. Had a good second half of the season. And hold on, does that say what I think it does? Are we legitimately, at this point in time, we're almost a 99. Oh, if we could have just kept the guys around one more season, we legitimately probably could have built a 99 overall team, which is just insane. Finished the year with the NFL's #1 offense. Defensively, were we #1? Did we improve at all? Up to top 5. Yeah, screw Mason Graham. That long-term contract extension's getting more and more expensive by the year. Again, like if they had the option, I would have already extended him like probably a year ago. Now, on the ground, Judkins, another great year. Almost 5 yards per carry, 1,300 yards. Makai Lemon, 1,200 yards. Nick Harbor, first time he's ever had 1,000. Harold Faden, 600 yards. And look at the rookie. Got a little bit of playing time second half of the season. Had 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Oh, baby, we picked it up big time second half of the year. Trayvon Walker, 17.5 sacks. Aiden Hutchinson also had 17. And look at Mike Hall at D tackle, 9 sacks, his career high. I don't even think Mason Graham ever got numbers that high. Myles Garrett's washed. Just out of pure curiosity, he's down to a 96. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like this trade was ultimately worth it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It does suck we are going to lose Joe Alt, though. No back-to-back MVPs for Sellers, unfortunately. And unfortunately, again, no back-to-back Coach of the Years, although I did deserve it. Kai Lemon gets top 10 Offensive Player of the Year votes as, how in the world is Aiden Hutchinson not winning Defensive Player of the Year with 17 sacks? What'd Shamar Stewart finish with, like 50 sacks? Brother, he didn't even get the most sacks on his own team. Unfortunately, this squad will be broken up the same time next year. I still have to sit here and appreciate the fact we built an offense with the lowest overall starter being an 86 overall, and defensively, we have a squad where the lowest overall starter outside of the Sam linebacker position is what? A freaking 87 overall X Factor? I mean, surely a 98 overall team wins the Super Bowl, right? I want to see in the second half of the season, I mean, we lost 2 in a row immediately after we did those contract negotiations, but we only lost 1 game the rest of the season against the Jags, so we are playing our best football at the right time. Keep in mind, man, we need 1 more Super Bowl win, and if we don't win here, it all comes down to the computer over the next 5 years. With what team? Who knows? Let's go ahead, simulate straight to the Super Bowl where we have to win 3 straight games, and it's probably 3 straight games away from home that we have to win. 1 more time, can we clutch it up? Please, dear God, yes, we do. You saw it live. You saw it happen. As we go and check the schedule, we beat down the Texans 21-7. We annihilated Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs 38-7. Both of these games away from home. A little close game against the Ravens, but I am so excited, dude, that our defense is playing such good football. We've only given up an average, like, what, 10 points a game? Oh, if we lose to the Panthers, brother. If we lose to the Panthers, I'm going to be so freaking upset. What a run we're on, boys. I think that 6 seed's a fluke. I feel like we're the best team in football. Oh, now, to be fair, I'm scared. Wish I didn't look at this bracket. I know the Panthers are the 1 seed. They just beat the 1 seed 49ers by 31 points in the championship. So, talk about playing your best football at the right time. Who do they even have at this point? I guess Bryce still their quarterback. Has he turned into an absolute monster? They have Derek Brown, Travion Henderson, Trevin Wallace is amazing. Nick's a beast. Tech McMillan's a 91 rated. They got Spencer Fano, who's a monster. J.C. Horn. Bryce Young is what, like an 87 overall, so he's turned into quite the monster. And did we play the Panthers in the regular season by chance? No, unfortunately. So all comes down to this. We're raw dogging it, boys. We're not even jumping in. We're doing it by the click of a button. Can we win our 3rd Super Bowl in just 5 seasons, or is it going to come down to the CPU in a 5-year simulation? Hope not. Hope we just end it right here at the click of a button. All comes down to the Madden simulation system, and oh my God. Oh, I'm sick. I am sick. How does this happen? We outgained them by 80 yards. Lenore Sellers pick. Bryce Young was great. We couldn't run the ball. I'm so sad. I am so sad. Oh my God, boys. It all comes down to the computer. I did everything I could. I built a 98. I built a 98 overall team. We go into the freaking lineup screen, man. Literally, still a 98 overall team with a 99 offense, and like half the players don't even have morale boost. That's a lie. Just the quarterback doesn't. But still, like, this team is so good. I don't know how we didn't beat Bryce Young and the Panthers, but man, now everything's out of my control. Because like we're for sure losing Joe Alt and Harold Faden this offseason, and more than likely gonna lose one of Lenore Sellers or Makai Lemon next offseason. Man, I wish Aiden Hutchinson would take these 3 skill points that he physically cannot use and spread them out to the team. Is that not dumb to you guys? Is that not dumb when you like can't upgrade a player at a certain threshold? I mean, he still has other things that it could be upgraded. Dumb game. I'm crashing out. So, unfortunately, fellas, as you see, I think it's going to be physically impossible to re-sign these two. Again, we also lose Nick Harbor, lose Parker Brailsford, Blake Miller. Like, so much talent, man. Even our starting Sam linebacker is going to be gone, which I'm not going to lie, fellas. I feel like we might have got a little lucky because, as you see, the pick that we acquired ended up being the 3rd pick in the draft. So, yeah, we lose some pretty big players, but at least we can replace them with one of the best players in the entire draft. There's not really, obviously, quarterback or defensive tackle that we even need, which it looks like it's a heavy quarterback and tackle draft. I wonder, should we trade back? Like, is there any good tackles, any good? It's a bunch of cornerbacks. Goodness gracious, dude. There is a tight end that we could potentially take. So, is this a draft where we trade back and get this Reed Staley fella? Because obviously we need a Harold Fannin replacement. Even though I can't afford anybody, I just wanted to see. Joe Alt is the 2nd highest rated free agent, by the way. He's only 27 too, so he could have gone up there like 97, 98 overall, but unfortunately we won't be able to witness that. So many good free agents I'm just not even going to be able to go in on. So unfortunately, fellas, let's just skip to the draft. Again, I wonder if the best bet here is to just go ahead and trade back. 2D tackles went with the first 2 picks. So surely somebody here wants to trade up for one of the quarterbacks, right? There was like a really good quarterback. We get, it's actually not nearly as good as what I thought. Man, we got offered 4 first-round picks the first time we wanted to trade back from a top 5 pick. And the Commanders don't even give me a first-round pick for the next 2 years. Definitely not trading with the team that beat us in the Super Bowl. Let's see if we can do some sort of manual trade down. Oh, man, we really might not be able to get a first-round pick, which just seems crazy to me, trading up 7 spots. Maybe trade back to like 14 with the Buccaneers. Maybe pick up a couple seconds. Yeah, how about 3 seconds? How about that? Trade still decline. This is crazy work. This is insane to me. A couple extra thirds? I can't believe it. 11 spots. About just future assets, like future seconds, maybe an extra couple thirds. Oh, this is going to be the end of me, man. It's still declined. I can't believe it. Oh, there it is. We just traded back 11 spots, man. Hopefully we still get the tight end that I wanted. We trade back 11 spots. We want to get an extra first. I was thinking we were going to get like 2 extra firsts, but we literally get second and 2 thirds. And just beg that tight end does not get drafted. And I don't think he did, thankfully. Let's just go ahead and do it here. Reed Staley, you are going to be the selection. Let's first of all, hold our horses. Let's make sure it's not another tight end. Got Josh Corona, Jaron Ferguson. Yeah, I think we'll just take the top guy on the board. Reed Staley looks like he's the fastest, one of the strongest, can jump the highest. Looks like a great receiving tight end, not a good run blocker, but who cares nowadays? You don't need run blocking tight ends anymore. You need somebody who can catch the football. Reed, be good, please. Reed comes in as a banger, fellas. Number 4 in the draft. Got him to 14. Obviously comes in with hidden development. 90 speed is crazy at the tight end position. Of course he went to Iowa. I'm not going to lie, dude. This is one of those instances where we desperately need the CPU to actually pick up some pretty big picks the rest of this draft. We need some talented players, especially with that first round pick. Because honestly, we'd be in such a better position right now if the CPU the last few years was able to acquire good depth the rest of the draft after I picked. They haven't. Like, we'd be in such a better spot. Let's see here. How'd I do? How'd they do? Tight end comes in as an 80. And actually, okay, this wide receiver sucked. But this makes up for it right here. This guy is going to be our starting Sam linebacker. I totally forgot that we lost one. The second round pick, the extra one that we had, sucked. At least we did get a good D tackle, I suppose, in the 6th round. But, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's not terrible. God, there was a 78 rated defensive tackle in the 7th round that got drafted. See, there was so much better than what we could have got. Like, even this wide receiver, they could have got 2 picks later, was 5 overall higher than the receiver they got in the 1st round. Oh, there was a 76 rated guard in the 6th. Just don't ever let the CPU draft for you. But fellas, we've officially made it. This is how I gotta leave you, man. I don't feel like I did a bad job. I mean, after losing a couple of superstars, the team still is a 96 overall, 96 offense, 97 defense. The problem is, though, is depending on what the CPU does. I mean, we could be losing Sellers, we could be losing Lemon, we could be losing Green, all in the same offseason. Defense still looks fantastic as well. I just hope I did enough, man. Surely, this team and the core players that we have signed can win just 1 Super Bowl over the next 5 years without my help, right? It all comes down to this, brother. The click of a button. we will be stopping at the end of the 2034 season. We just need one more Super Bowl win. One more Super Bowl win or my career's over. So officially at the end of our 10th season, good news, we're in the playoffs. Bad news, we're kind of stinky. Now, if we won a Super Bowl in the last 5 seasons, I have no idea. Literally no clue. Hopefully, I won't have to worry about it. We can just win it this year. But we went 9-8, so I don't know if we have it in us. Now, the big question is, like, how's the team looking at this point? Like, I don't know if we have Lenore Sellers. I don't know if Mekhi Lemon is still on the team. I have no idea what the CPU did. But we shall check, and the team still looks incredible. As you see here, the team has a 99 overall offense, by the way, which is just nuts. The defense is kind of tailed off. Like, if you remember when we started this rebuild, the defense was always higher overall than the offense, but not anymore. And what's crazy, dude, is Lenore Sellers, thank God they re-signed him, because as you see, he is a 99 overall across the board. He still has ratings that he could possibly upgrade, but he can't, as he's just sitting there chilling with his 9 skill points, so technically kind of like 108 overall. So safe to say, fellas, we did make the right decision. Even got Judkins up to an X Factor 98 overall, which he's at 30 years old, so he probably actually hit 99 before going down. Mekhi Lemon still here as a 97 overall receiver. Unfortunately, I think everybody else I had anything to do with left at receiver. Although Staley has turned into a monster, actually better than Harold Faden ever was, up to a 95 overall. The offensive line still looks great. Green's still here. Cruz is still here. Mitchell's still here. Don't know who these two fellas are, though. And defensively, a lot of the core stayed around. We have an entire new defensive line, though. Entire new cornerback room. Although Harden has become a 99 overall at the strong safety position. Dylan's still here at free safety, as is Schweinsinger. I think Allen is the same Sam linebacker they drafted in the 2nd round, last draft that we did. There's a freaking backup at 90 overall safety. But the sad thing is I think Schweinsinger and Dylan are the only 2 players I had anything to do with still on defense. So no wonder they're only a 91 overall. We still have a top offense in the league. Obviously, I mean, we're 99. But even though our defense isn't as good as what it once was, still performing all right. Lenore is still putting up good numbers, although I do want to see how he's done the last few years. Oh wow, he had a season 2 years ago where he had 45 touchdowns, 4 picks with a 122.9 QBR. I'm hoping he was good enough that season for him to win a Super Bowl. We'll have to see. Maybe they won multiple. I don't know. Judkins still is phenomenal. I want to see how he's done the last 5 years. Okay, been pretty dang consistent. Kind of peaked here in 2032. 5.2 yards per carry, a career high. 1,438 yards and 16 tutties. And through the air, ooh, Mateus Lopez, by the way, is our leading receiver. Mekhi Lemon with 1,000 yards. Still putting on good numbers. Speaking of this tight end that I drafted, he's number 1, which is kind of sick. He's been pretty good. I mean, not like a 1,000-yard receiver or anything, but good numbers at the tight end position. Now, I do have to say, fellas, I do not believe we could have gone wrong with any of our quarterback picks because Mendoza is a 99 overall, as is Dante Moore. My God, dude, look at the freaking contract Sellers is on. His cap hit for 3 years from 2035 to 2037 is over $100 million. Like, what in the world? Now, I wanted to see a few things like KC Conception still killing it with the Commanders. I would love to still have him around here. 99 speed Nick Harbert with the Ravens, by the way, as a 90 overall. What about Harold? Yeah, he's good. Oh, he went to my Titans. But brother, it is time. Again, at this point, I don't know. We could have won a 3rd Super Bowl. We'll have to go back and check. But let's see if we can win it this year. Like, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck so bad if after everything we have been through, this rebuild has taken 7.5 hours by simulating the Super Bowl here, and we don't make it, and we haven't won the last 5 years, I fail the challenge. Let's just go ahead as a 9-8 team and make it to the Super Bowl, which we don't. Oh no. Oh God, we made it all the way to the conference championship. I'm sick. I would have rather us got first rounded by the freaking Jags. We lose by 3, which could have failed the challenge for us. I mean, it was a barn burner, boys. We had Sellers with the game of his life. We lost to JJ McCarthy. Just want to put that out there. Oh, Ashton Genty, brother, why? Why did you do this to me? Should have traded for you while I had the chance. 177 yards, 11.1 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns, That's what happens, man. It's what happens when you get outgained on the ground by 30 freaking points. I mean, I guess that's what happens when the entire defensive line you put together gets torn apart. Oh, God. So it all comes down to the prior 4 years. Surely, dude. We had a 99 offense just 1 year. One of those years, we had to win a Super Bowl. A lot to take in at the moment. Here we have it, where we had lost in the 2029 Super Bowl, 17-10 against the Panthers, which that would have just made this a lot easier, you know, a lot more stress-free. Now, start of the new decade in 2030. Did we avenge this Super Bowl loss? No. The Patriots, and Soon-Tareen Perkins, by the way, win the Super Bowl. Oh, God. 3 more chances in 2031. It goes to my Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward, by the way, as they win their first ever Super Bowl. So at least I can get some joy out of this. So how about in 2032? If it's not in 2032, we literally have one more chance. Did we win it? No. Oh, God. Oh, God. Panthers are on the verge of tying us in Super Bowl wins, by the way. Bryce Young with 2 Super Bowls. So, literally, it all comes down to this. Like, it's already happened. There's no going back. It all comes down to this. If we did not win the Super Bowl in 2033, I'm screwed. But if we lucked it up, we complete this challenge by the skin of our freaking shaft. Oh, God, dude, I beg. Come on. I put in so much work. I built such a good team. Did we clutch it up in 2033 to win our 3rd Super Bowl in 10 seasons? You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Let's go. Let's go. I would scream louder, but it's 5:30 in the morning, and I don't want to wake the wife up. Don't want to be divorced. Don't want a divorce to come from me completing a challenge. Oh my goodness, fellas. We have done it once again. The Madden scientist strikes. Must have been a good year because we also won Coach of the Year. So we get it done in 2026. We get it done in 2028. And by the skin of our urethra, we get it done 34-17 to win our 3rd Super Bowl, which officially completes our challenge and keeps my career going for a little bit longer. Now, if you're enjoying these decade-long rebuilds, you can click right here to watch me rebuild my Tennessee Titans for 10 seasons.